I don't know why this song is in my horror stream playlist. I'm listening to it now. What the fuck was I thinking? What? I don't know, man. Hello, Oriko, Sunny, Natsu, and Red. Oh, and Angel. Thank you all so much for coming by. I appreciate it. I don't appreciate the bricks thrown at my head, but... you know, what can I do about it? Besides cry for our mall shopping with mom horror experience. I mean, hey, it is the season for it, so... if you're gonna have a terrifying experience, you may as well do it now. Hydrate, thank you very much. But yeah, no, that was a... well done from Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore, I think. What the fuck? It's got a long-ass fucking name. Yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, hashtag FE Encore, Best Sound Collection. Good name. I know nothing about that game other than it has a pretty solid soundtrack. I also think it's a fire... FE in that name stands for Fire Emblem, right? Been excited for, about new Minecraft Snapshot today. Add a new, pale garden things like eyeball flower. Ooh, spooky. I have heard some pretty good things, actually. I'm pretty interested in seeing how that all turns out. It's nice to see them leaning into a bit more horror elements. It's just cool. I don't know. I got not much to say. I'm just very excited to continue doing this game with you all, because we just finished the prologue. It has been... one hell of a journey so far. I'm really interested in seeing where the story goes from here, because I have a lot of questions. So, we're going to piece them all together. We're going to do a little snooping, and it's going to be great. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, tonight we are continuing with the Chrono Jotter. It's been a very interesting game so far. We had just finished Chapter 1. And we have been given a chance to increase one of our stats. Investigation 9, Charisma 7. Okay. Charisma. Probably only gonna stick around for a bit, so I'm not too lost. Okay. Long story short. Our girlfriend died, we brought her back, she doesn't remember us, and, we're kinda trapped here. Tunnels caved in. Also weird timeline fuckery. We're definitely older and out of high school age, but apparently, like, physically we're not now, and we can't quite remember what the fuck is going on. Whole bunch of magical science shit. Hard to explain, but to be honest, I'm about as lost as you all. We are jotting our chrono for... thank you for the sub, I appreciate it. It is slightly bugging me that the sticker text is like... the sticker is getting cut off on the corners. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. We're okay. We're okay. I'm not going to kill anyone over it. I'm just gonna cry about it. I completely forgot to fix it. I definitely meant to, and I feel like kind of an idiot, but that's fine. It's the usual state of affairs. I think we'll level up our clarity just because that's our lowest stat right now. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, we also had a complete, mental breakdown. It was bad. I had a lot of fun voice acting it, but it was a little bit distressing. Not gonna lie. Did someone spill a bottle of stars? One had kept the glass bottle filled with tiny meteorites at her house before. On occasion, she'd open up the bottle so that she could pour them out. And then she nudged the little galactic visitors around with her fingers and tell Ron let me move my microphone a bit closer to my mouth. And tell Ron all about their stellar origins in a quiet voice. Ron had long since forgotten the names of all those galaxies, but the crisp, blinking sound of the meteors splashing out onto the wooden floorboards, and the heaviness of Ron's voice, so different from the way she usually spoke, had been indelibly engraved into her memories. No, it's just the sound of rain. Thought Ron as she opened her eyes and had her field of vision filled by an old wooden ceiling. She pushed herself up, only for the outlines of everything around her to start shaking, making it impossible for her to distinguish the desk, walls, and floor from each other. Ron felt like she had a terrible headache, and her strength momentarily failed her as she tumbled off the bed. But a hand appeared to support her by the shoulder. Ron turned to see someone next to herself. "Are you okay?" Ed still feeling dizzy. Blinking, Miho reached out to touch Ron's neck. After lingering there a moment, she moved her hand upwards to her face. With 4 fingers, she cupped Ron's cheeks, while her unoccupied thumb pulled down on one of Ron's lower eyelids. Leaning in close. Ooh. Remember to breathe, me. I keep doing like all these lines like one after another very quickly. And I kind of run out of breath. Trying to do better at that. Trying to get better at just breath control in general. It's a very important part of voice acting that I just don't have a great grasp on. I just kind of talk and talk and talk until I run out of breath, and it's not ideal. You kind of want to keep talking. Leaning in close, Miho inspected Ron's pupils, and after confirming that there were no abnormalities, laid her hand on Ron's forehead. Swimming and running can help with breath. Yes. I do run, but yeah. I do gotta do it more, admittedly. I've been kind of slacking on it recently. Look, winter months are always kind of a month for me. It is a... Especially just, like, fall, winter, I just kind of want to explode. It's not a fun season for me. I mean, I like the cold. The cold is nice, because then I don't have to have my fan running, and I can actually record decent audio, but, like... I don't know. The seasons just kind of fuck with my mood sometimes. I don't know what's up with that. Shrugs. Miho inspected Ron's pupils, and after confirming that there were no abnormalities, laid her hand on Ron's forehead. You should be fine now. You gave us all a big scare when I carried you back, you know. Carried me? Yeah, you skipped breakfast, didn't you? Mio pulled up her chair a bit, towards Ron's sickbed. You were already in a hypoglycemic state, and then you went and got yourself drenched by the rain out there. We got you to the infirmary as soon as we could. Ron looked down to see some bandages tied around her arm. I put you on a glucose drip. Feeling better? I don't know. Ron noticed that she'd been changed into a patient's gown, and immediately started looking around for her jacket. Noticing what she was doing, Miho spoke. Don't worry, I'll help take your notebook out and put it with your clothes. She pointed to the other end of the bed, where her neatly folded uniform and notebook sat atop a cabinet. Ron lowered her shoulders and relaxed. Did any of you look in the notebook? No, of course not. None of us are the type who would violate the privacy of others at the first opportunity. Mio laughed, suddenly then. Though, if your body counts as a private secret, we've definitely gotten to see that one at this point. Oh, come on! I mean, I like the lighthearted teasing. It's very charming. What? Wait, wasn't it Miss Sakura who changed my clothes? Of course not. For starters, Han couldn't even lift you. It was Yorino-san and Asakura-san, of course. Oh, I helped too. You've gotten a much better figure than meets the eye. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Mia laughed even more cheerfully, though Ron thought that she looked better when she wasn't laughing. Ron shifted a bit, leaned on the bed's headboard, and took a deep breath, thinking that she needed to get to the point. I spoke with Miss Sakura. She's lost her memories, not just about me, but about practically everything. Did you make Miss Sakura lose her memories? What exactly is going on with the school? How did you get here? Why do you have to kill people? Oh, thank you for the follow. 6 Harayeth. I appreciate the follow. We are currently playing the video game. We are having fun with our girlfriend who has lost all her memories, and we got into a cool, chill little murder school. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's kind of vague for now. So, in short, everyone in the school plays a game. Oh wait, no, I'm just going to work under the pretense that you're kind of aware of what's going on, but for those of you who aren't aware, we woke up in a school. Everyone in the school plays this strange murder game where they basically draw lots, deciding who's the murderer, who's the killer, all that jazz. And then they make a fun little game out of it, you know. Kill the person, hide the body, try and get away with it, and once you get caught, the dead person comes back to life, no harm, no foul. And everyone just seems oddly casual about this. There's clearly some kind of weird fucking bullshit going on, but for now we have kind of no idea. It's clearly, as far as I can tell, it's something metaphysical, something magical, considering the fact that we're kind of trapped here. But I don't really have any solid answers yet. I am very sorry. I don't know how, I don't know why, I'm entirely clueless. How am I supposed to answer you like this? One question at a time. One question at a time. Mio pressed her hand to the back of Ron's hand. Don't panic. None of us have any ill intentions towards you. For some reason, the controller inputs don't actually work right. So I can't actually select the top one here for some reason. Unless I do it manual. Okay. Whatever. Just a little bit goofy. I feel like we gotta start with the most important one, right? Why do you have to commit murder? Is there some point to it? About that, I feel like you're not gonna like the answer to that one. I feel like you're not gonna like the answer to that one. What's that supposed to mean? Because there's not really a reason, really. We weren't used to it either at first, but now we've just accepted it. It's like how, when you're in gym class, when there's basketball, you play basketball. And when there's a track, you run laps. You can't compare this to gym class. At least physical exercise helps support student fitness. In that case, would you feel better if I justified the murder cases as exercises to support the students' abilities to engage in deductive reasoning? But... I can indeed say they haven't hurt anyone, because the victims all ultimately reawaken unscathed anyways. And they're already used to it. they don't even seem to experience any psychological stress from it anymore. Ignoring their question the choice to redefine their own moral compass, it seems like there's not actually anything wrong with mutually consensual murders like these, where the dead will revive anyways. So I really do just have to accept that this is another class they're taking. Ron raised her head and sighed lightly. To hell with that, though. Why is Miss Sakura missing her memories? What did you all do to her? We don't know either. The first day she showed up at the school, Han said she didn't remember anything. Miho lowered her head as she spoke. We were actually all really worried about her at first. But Han told us not to worry about her. Ooh. She said we didn't need to be concerned for her, and that we didn't need to help her with anything. Just getting along was good enough. I'm gonna put on a hoodie, because I'm kind of running a little cold. I'm gonna be real, like, it's just a little bit chilly, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Oh, I forgot to ask, how's everyone's day been? I know that it's just kind of Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday. I meant to do this Tuesday, but I kind of got distracted by playing video games, because I'm a mess. So, I hope all of your Tuesday has been well. I hope you're all preparing very fancily for Halloween. Understanding and kind and Sakura was. You said Tuesday again. Yeah, no, Okay. Me? Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm a little bit out of it, but I'm honestly feeling good. I'm enjoying this game. I'm just yeah. Been kind of in a weird state the last little bit. Again! I don't know. Blech. Fall and winter always kind of fuck with me. Again, so I might be a little bit out of it. I apologize in advance. I really hope you guys don't mind. It's been kind of what's been making me a little worried to stream, just because I'm like, I want you all to have a good time with this as well, and I don't want, like, it to just be, you know, how do I put this? I don't want to make, like, a bad experience for you all, you know? I want to present the games I can in the best light I can, because I'm really enjoying these games. I'm enjoying spending time with you all, and it just... Yeah. I want you guys to have a good time too, you know? So as long as you're happy, I'm happy, okay? How understanding and kind Aunt Sakura was, and how concerned she was for others. Ranabuki already knew all of that perfectly well. That wasn't the answer she'd wanted to hear. She'd wanted to hear Miko Takai admit that yes, the students were the culprits, and that they'd done this in order to torment Ron and Han. So what you're saying is, only Miss Sakura has missing memories, and the rest of you are perfectly ordinary? And the rest of you are perfectly ordinary? It's the truth. We only learned that her name was Aunt Sakura after we saw her name in the class roster. So it's unrelated to you. The rest of you didn't cause it? But of course not. How would we even... Oh, what a coincidence that would be. So you're saying the 7 of you met in this inexplicable location, started committing entirely pointless murders, and at the end of it all, Misaka is the only one that's missing her memories. I'm telling you, Ibuki-san, it's the truth. Even if you keep pressing me, I can't give you a different answer. Anna's a good person. If we could help her, none of us would refuse her, and there's no way that any of us could have done anything to her. And pulled her bedsheets up further. She turned her face away, unwilling to look Miho in her eyes. I can't tell if she's lying or not, but it's clear I can't get any more clues out of her at this point. Hate it when the murder school turns out to be innocent of all crimes, other than murder. I know, it's fucked up! But to be fair, they're also... Okay, no, they are guilty of the murders, but I feel like the circumstances that kind of brought about the murders was the whole revive... How did they discover the reviving? That's a good question, and I don't... Yeah. How did they figure it out? Oh, you know, normal high school drama. Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Or demonstration. Who would demonstrate? There's not like an expert like us teacher here. And as far as I can tell, everyone seems to have arrived at roughly the same time. I don't know. Maybe the thing that told them to kill? Nothing told them to kill. They just do it. It's a game. You know, something to pass the time. I don't know. In any case, I should go speak with Miss Sakata again. Can't go wrong by familiarizing myself with her situation more. Just what is up with the school? Just why is this school so bizarre? I don't really understand this question. Is there something weird about the school? No. Everything's fine. Is there anything normal? Is there anything normal about this school? Where are the teachers? The janitorial staff? If you live here, where are you getting your food, daily necessities, water, and electricity from? Mia took a second before answering. There are no teachers in this school. We've taken on the role of teachers and staff ourselves. For example, I'm the school nurse, and Asakura-san handles maintenance. I do like Miho. She's pretty. And kind of smug. I love all- I adore all of those doodles. I love, and like the little notes. It's just very cute. It makes me very happy. I will say, out of all the characters, Yorano is probably my favorite. I just think she's silly. And the other 4 classmates of ours each handle one of these subjects, and use the extra time after classes to prepare the curriculums. The daily supplies and food, as well as other necessities, were prepared for us when we first arrived at the school. Fuck. Hi, Rico. I was reading out... Okay. Yeah, you can tell I'm a little out of it. How's the murder? Hope it's going great. So far, it doesn't look like we're gonna run out anytime soon. But the tunnel's been blocked up for a year by now. Forget the daily necessities, you're really not worried about eating food that's been in the fridge for over a year now? We worried about it too before, but the food has been fine. None of it's gone bad or anything. And the quality of the ingredients are superb, too. They even have the sugar apples that I love. They're not really rare or anything, but it's impressive that the school is able to stockpile such a particular fruit in advance. Food that doesn't rot. Can you really call that ordinary food? I suppose if Miho isn't lying to me, then she's not hiding anything, and this really is all she knows. Which is to say, someone other than the students is responsible for preparing the daily necessities of the school. Normally this would be quite natural, but in a place like this, it's much more peculiar. For instance, how do the people who handle these logistics get in? How do they resupply without any of the students noticing? Why do they bother to conceal themselves? Maybe there's something like the astromorticians. Somehow able to appear and disappear undetected in the school to replace used supplies. What the fuck is that? Thank God for this. Okay. A group of 5 anthropomorphs who wear third-generation astronaut outfits. They appear in the vicinity of corpses which have died of recent causes of death, whose details may have been lost due to and cause all humans within a spherical area 500 meters in radius, centered on that corpse, to experience sudden noxic shock. Furthermore, the processor frequencies of electronic devices within the affected radius will also be reduced to less than 1/1,000,000th of their normal rate, and the affected region will enter a state of zero gravity. The astromorticians will then conduct mortuary processing of the corpse while suspended in midair, including decontamination, physical restoration, and the application of makeup. After fully processing the corpse, they will clasp their hands and engage in prayer. 6 hours after manifesting, they will utilize safety ropes connected to the surface of the earth to pull themselves underground, after which they will demanifest. Ranabuki once communicated briefly with them because she was under extreme emotional distress at the time, she is unable to comprehend the information conveyed to her by the astromorticians. What the fuck? Dog, this game's lore is sick as hell, but also what the fuck am I looking at? Utterly incomprehensible. The world is just all kinds of fucked up. But if that's the case, then this school is exceptionally atypical. Just what was it that caused this place to become the focus of so many supernatural anomalies? Including even myself, I suppose, as someone who's been forced to focus on this place as well due to Misakata's presence here. I was gonna say, oh, so you're in a supernatural, like, presence, but then I remembered she can kind of rewind time, sort of. She can, like, travel back in time to sort of experience things as, like, a ghost. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty supernatural. Nah, that's natural. I can do that all the time. Watch. Unsure if lore or reliable narrator. The murder school is clearly real, so... The thing is... Are we sure about that? I do think the terms specifically are somewhat reliable. Not entirely, mind you. I feel like there are some parts that maybe... exaggerated, but this is something that I believe would affect other people. She was called... There are... others, I don't know quite what's going on. I want everyone real quick to just look at how cute all the doodles are. Like, this is such a charming little menu. The little photo of On here. Oh, it's good. It makes me happy. Wish I could go swimming with Miss Sakura. I mean, you could. I love the notes. It's probably one of my favorite features. I don't know. I just like it. I don't know. I know it's like a small little detail, but I can't help but gush over it just because it really is such a cool little thing for characterization. Ron was immersed in her own thoughts, and Miho didn't interrupt her. What I need to focus on right now is Miss Sakura's amnesia problem. If the weirdness of the school has nothing to do with Miss Sakura's missing memories, then it's not my problem. They can do as they please. Ron surfaced from the lake of contemplation and prepared to ask the next question. Yay! Takai, have you known Toyama for a long time? Mio hadn't expected Ron to suddenly change the topic like that. She furrowed her brow a bit. Yes. Why are you asking so suddenly? The way she speaks to you is unconventional, but the two of you seem to have an excellent relationship, so I'm a bit curious. What's unconventional supposed to mean? Ron noticed that Miho's disposition had changed. Where she'd previously answered Ron's questions fluidly and calmly, now she seemed quite riled up. How do I put it? It seems excessively respectful. Mio folded her arms in front of her chest and leaned back in her chair. I'm sure you're imagining it. Aya's not so clever as to be able to hide her emotions like that. After she finished speaking, she lowered her arms and sat up straight. I'd rather not talk about ourselves anymore. Do you have anything else you want to ask about? I guess not. Is there anything else I want to ask? The long sound at the end of class bell rang over the intercom, and Ron shivered, raising her head towards the source of the sound. Mio tapped on her phone as she spoke. The morning classes are over, so I'm sending a text to the other students to let them know that they don't need to come to the infirmary, and that they can head right back to the dorms if they want. Putting you on a drip was just an emergency measure. What you need most right now is a good meal. Mio stood up and stretched a hand out to Ron. Can you stand? I can get up on my own, thanks. Ron rose in the opposite direction as Miho, angling her back towards the student, and took a seat on the edge of the bed. Can you give me some privacy? I'm gonna change now. Oh, why? Oh, why be shy? It's not like it's anything I haven't already seen by now. Mio smiled, but still turned and left the infirmary anyways and said something at the door. I'll be waiting for you outside. Ron gave a non-committal response as she picked up the notebook from atop her clothes. Pulling in her legs, she hugged the notebook to her chest and shrank into a ball, her shoulders trembling. Thank goodness. I finally found Miss Sakura. Hi, loading screen. I like the music in this game again. It's just chill. Boom, 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 dum, 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 dum. It's just funky. I like it. Ibuki-san, why don't you try some of this? Mio Takai had filleted a slice of meat off the grilled tuna and now set it on to Ron's plate. It's a bit salty. Let me get you some soup, too. It didn't take long for dinner time to come around once they'd returned to the dorms. Ronabuki, of course, naturally chose to sit next to Ansakura. Mio was sitting diagonally opposite to Ron. It wasn't the most convenient angle for spoon-feeding Ron, but that didn't stop Mio from getting up and busying herself with Ron anyways. Mio, as a mother, you're not supposed to indulge your children too much, you know? I feel like I'm kind of fucking up their voices. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do vocal warm-ups before stream. Fuck, that's probably my biggest problem right now. God damn it. Okay. Sorry. I usually do these all before stream, so you don't hear me fuck around with this, but it just helps to kind of ground the voice. Helps set a solid baseline and shit. Ugh, but I forgot to do it before stream, which is bad for a long voice acting stream, because I kind of need to do that. Shit. Miho, as a mother, you're not supposed to indulge your children too much, you know? Huh? Mio didn't understand the meaning of Sai's joke, and the hand she was using to serve food to Ron paused in the air. Can I have some too, Mommy? Can I have some too, Mommy? Aya playfully waved her empty bowl in front of Miho's face. You all stop playing around, okay? Ibuki-san just finished resting. I was only helping her serve her food because she needed it. Mio sat back. Look. I'm enjoying the dynamic so far. Mio sat back down in her chair and ceased using her chopsticks, opting to instead use her expression to urge Ron to eat. Ibuki-san, how do you feel? Do you have an appetite? Hi, I'm not going to be able to stick around because I watched the Start Again VOD, but I wanted to join and say hi real quick. No worries, Loki. Thank you for popping by. I appreciate it. You're all good. I appreciate you popping by. I hope you enjoyed the Start Again VOD. I'm still so proud of my voice acting work during that. It was a lovely game. I hope you enjoy it. We are currently voice acting the Chrono Jotter. I will be uploading these VODs pretty soon. I'm enjoying this game a lot. My voice is kind of a little wonky today, though. Kind of bugging me, but we'll manage. I appreciate the hello. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Sure, but... Sure, but... Ron looked at Sai, unable to hide her surprise. I can't believe that Yorino handles the cooking. What, you don't want to eat it? What, you don't want to eat it? No, it was just... Honestly, I figured you were like me, someone who only knew how to make instant noodles at best. Ron swallowed the tuna that Mio had served her. The satisfying combination of salt, crispy grilled chicken, and soft fish meat combined into a brow-liftingly wonderful taste. Not only did Sai know how to cook, but she was good at it. It's pretty good. You don't need to praise me. Sai picked up her bowl, drinking some mussel soup from it. I do love mussels, I won't lie. They're not like my favorite, but like, they are pretty good. I just like the feeling of like scooping out the brains. It makes me feel like a feral creature playing with my prey. You gotta be a little silly with it, okay? Asakura-san, here. I still find it wild that she's, like, not 8 years old. Tamando had peeled some bamboo shrimp and arranged them into a waif in the dish in front of her. I'm in for some, moments today, aren't I? Maybe. Shrugs. Shall I mix the soy sauce and vinegar for you? Asakura nodded, and Tama rolled up her sleeves, reaching for the condiments at the center of the table. But she clearly couldn't actually reach them, and only after she made a few attempts did Koizumi notice Tama's awkward situation, help push the condiment rack to her. Okay, that's kind of cute, actually. Tama quietly thanked her and placed the condiment dishes on the plate with the bamboo shrimp before handing the whole thing to Asakura. My favorite knife got borrowed by Koizumi for murdering Sakura, so sorry if the knife work on the veggies is a little slipshod this time. Sorry. It's fine. I was too busy with cooking to clean it off. I'll wash and disinfect it after this, and so long as nothing's happened to the edge of the blade, it'll be right back in service. You're still gonna use it for cooking? That knife was used for murder! Come on, all it did was chop up Sakura's throat a little bit. Knives are designed to chop meat, you know. Ron frowned and looked towards An, who didn't seem to see anything wrong with that statement. After noticing Ron's gaze, she turned her head slightly. Ron? She's so beautiful. How does your neck feel, Miss Sakura? It's feeling perfectly fine. This isn't the first time I've been killed, you know. Right. After answering her, turned and began chatting with Koizumi. I will say, I probably won't be voice acting this little side dialogue that just comes up just because that's a lot of extra work and my throat is a little... a little not the happiest with me tonight. So I'm gonna keep it on the light and easy side. If you're interested, read it for yourself. I do find it very charming from what I've seen so far. Ron discovered that she had no idea what to say to An, a situation she'd never been in before in all their time together. No matter what the circumstances, An had always been able to find a topic that Ron was interested in so that their conversation could continue. But now, it seemed like the only things they had to talk about were memories, disappearances, and anomalous schools. Heavy subjects like that which couldn't be called interesting at all. I would say the anomalous school is pretty damn interesting, but... you know what? It's your situation. Feel however you will. She looked all around, trying to find something to talk to An about, some light and pleasant content she could use to regain the feelings they shared while they were dating. Soon, she found something that was worth mentioning. Miss Sakura. What is it? There's a lot of green onions in your soup. Shall I pick them out for you? An blinked twice in quick succession. Why would that be necessary? Because, well, you've never liked them, have you? Back when we used to have dinner together, you'd always pick the green onions out of your soup. No, I quite like the way they taste, actually. An set her chopsticks down. The An Sakura you're talking about is the one from your memories, isn't it? Yes, but you're supposed to be Miss Sakura. Ah! Ha ha! Ow! Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna be real. Ow! Oh, fuck. Ron? Ron silently looked down at the green onions floating in her soup as she held the bowl with both hands. Sakura-san, is something wrong? Ron shook her head, then, taking the soup spoon, she... Ow! Fuck! Ron? Ron! Ron, that's not cool! She quietly picked all the green onions out of the bowl. Oh, I don't like that. I'm sure that's like a narrative, like, character flaw, so it's like, I don't have to like it, but man... My brain doesn't understand. Okay. How do I put this? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out a way to word this, just to... Because I do understand that this can be something that, like, doesn't track for a lot of people as, like, something very harmful. Because in media, you tend to see it, memory loss portrayed as, like, it being kind of the same person from, like, before and after the memory loss. But that isn't really true. It's kind of a whole different person. Okay, that's also fair. She does kind of have a weird vibe about her in general, but yeah. Yeah. And so there are a lot of expectations around what a person should be, what... But we don't know yet. She just reads the Sinister to a protag who wants her to be someone... Yeah. Yeah, I'm figuring it out. But I will say, not the biggest fan of that. You're right. I should do my best to be more like Aunt Sakura. Ron wanted to tell her that she didn't want the amnesiac aunt to do that, but she couldn't bring herself to say it aloud. She recognizes that it's harmful, but at the same time, the desire to have the person they care about... Ah, that hurts! That is... agonizing. After lunch was over, the students began cleaning up the bowls and chopsticks, and Ron stood to speak to An. Miss Sakura, we should find a private place and speak properly. Not now. We're about to draw the lots. We're about to draw the lots. An carried her bowl to the sink, and Ron quickly followed. Miss Sakura, you should just ignore all of this. What we should be focusing on together is getting your memory back and then leaving this place. An put her bowl in the sink and turned the faucet on. She stared at the stream of water, saying nothing. Miss Sakura? Have you found a way for me to return to being on Sakura again? Wait, why has no one tried to leave? They can't. The only tunnel out is kind of blocked off, so we're kind of trapped. As far as we can tell. For now. We might do a little... What do you mean? It's caved in. And realistically, there's probably some magical bullshit going on. Not yet. An shut the faucet off, the handle emitting a dull turning sound. Then let's continue as usual for now. It might be meaningful for you to observe how we've been living so far. On, Ibuki-san, hurry up! Next to the cleaned-off table, Miho called to them. An raised her hand in response to Miho's call and turned to Ron. Let's go. Ron nodded and followed on, watching her from behind. The current Miss Sakata is extremely different from how I remember her. Let's start by understanding the environment she's been in here. Don't be impatient. Compared to the 4 years I spent searching, this is nothing. Not to mention, Miss Sakata is right by my side. Ron approached the dinner table, where 8 face-down cards were already scattered. So, by drawing lots, you're talking about drawing from these? That's right. There's 2 rounds. First, we decide on the culprit, then on the victim. Right now, of the 8 cards, 7 of them are white, and only 1 is red, which represents the culprit. Try drawing one. Wait! Okay. That's interesting. There's no way the game actually branches off here with, like, different ending, like, different, like, outcomes, right? Alright, that one seems shiny. I like it. Ron took a card. Its underside wasn't painted red. Oh, no problems here. Ron flipped the card over and looked at the back. Very abstract patterns. All I can tell is that there's stars and stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming there's symbols in there, but I cannot read into it at all. Then she surreptitiously observed the other's expressions, wondering if the person who drew the culprit card might let something slip by their reactions. They all seem quite well practiced. Right, everyone, put your cards away, and we'll start the second round. Mio set out 8 new cards, which didn't look any different from the previous one. Ibuki-san, each of these cards has one of the students' names written on it. Once the culprit draws it, the name of the card will become her target. Wait, there's 8 cards for this too? Is my name on there as well? We have plenty of spare cards, so I wrote your name onto one just now. So you're just signing me up for this? So you're signing me up for this just like that, huh? Of course. We never think to exclude you from our school activities, Ibuki-san. Under the table, Ron tugged the hem of her skirt tight with her right hand. Then, very well. I'll draw as well. Wait, hang on. What happens if the murderer pulls her own name? If such a situation occurs, then the murderer may choose anybody she likes to become her target. Oh, I see. Ron wasn't sure whether she should ask her next question or not, but ultimately decided to speak anyways. So the culprit can also commit suicide. Yes, so even if you're not the killer, you can't easily exclude the name that you drew as a potential victim either. All that can be said is the probability of such a thing is greatly reduced. I guess I get it. Let's start then. Alright, let's go gambling! You know what? I'm happy about that one. Sorry, On, if you're getting left in the dirt. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, I more so kind of just distrust Anne for now. It's not that I don't necessarily think she's sinister. That's not the vibe I'm getting from her. Just cryptic. There's definitely something up with her, but I don't know. I don't think I would call it malicious yet. But also because I'm like 99% sure that the real Ansakura is like probably dead, right? You ought to know, huh? The average person probably couldn't even kill her anyways. Alright, that's that, everyone. Please keep a hold of your card securely yourself. We keep our cards ourselves? So if the culprit wanted, they can go and privately exchange cards with other people to select their target to some degree? Maybe that's what happened in previous cases where they mentioned the involvement of accomplices. But it breaks the rule whenever the culprit can only kill a specific target. Even if the culprit is caught, so long as she refuses to speak, the others wouldn't be able to know that she'd actually swapped cards. And since the dead can be revived, in theory the culprit could even kill everybody besides the target first. Ron licked her lips, tasting a bit of leftover salt from the tuna. Well, it wouldn't be a police procedural then. It'd be a B-movie slasher flick. Then the drawing of lots is concluded. The rest of the afternoon will be free activities. Aya, it's our turn to do the dishes today. Come over here. Coming. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm just gonna run ads for like 2 seconds. I really hope you guys don't mind, but I also, yeah. I'll be like 1 minute. Don't worry. Be right back. A boop. Give me like 2 seconds. Jesus Christ, why is she so loud? Oh my god. Sorry about that. Jesus. Welcome back, everyone. I have just chugged a lot of water while I was in there. That was... ugh. Needed that, but whoa. Ron slipped her card into her pocket and caught up to An, who was just about to head upstairs. Miss Sakura! Let's find somewhere to have a proper conversation. An had already placed a foot on the steps leading to the second floor. I still need to prepare for tomorrow's classes. Let's talk about this later. Preparing for classes? That's nowhere near as important, right? Why don't you take a stroll around the school? You'll be living here for quite a while, after all. Absolutely not, Miss Sakura. I'll find a way to restore your memories. Really quickly, for sure. Then we'll go home. Together. I nodded, but didn't respond to Ron's words and headed up the stairs by herself. Guess I'll look around the school for a bit. If there's enough time left, I'll go check out the tunnel then. Oh! Oh! I kind of like this. I know I made like a Danganronpa joke earlier, but this is kind of similar to like the free time events, I believe. I like that. I think that's a very cool way to, and I think with recall you can actually go back to like, since I saw like the investigative recall, I think you can actually go back to like these places to just see the ones that you missed, which I can appreciate. I think that's very good. That way you don't need to, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's nice. Anyways, we're immediately going to Yorino, because she is my favorite right now. Hi! Hello! Haraith? That's how I pronounce your name, correct? It's lovely to meet you. I did see you follow not too long ago. I hope you're having a lovely day today. Did you catch my, like, summary of the game so far? But if not, I can kind of just quickly recap it. Cool. Awesome. Glad to hear it. It's lovely to meet you, though. Thank you so much for popping by. I was looking since then. Okay, no problem. I just want, I want everyone to know, like, I appreciate lurkers a ton. There is never any pressure to talk. Even if you never chat, I appreciate your support. It does mean a lot to me, okay? So, don't feel pressure to talk, but I do I do appreciate it, but also don't feel pressured. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I hope that's read somewhat clearly. Run to the swimming pool, just in time to see I am fucking up my lines here. Wander to the swimming pool, just in time to see Sai rise from the water. She swished her hair around, letting the droplets dance on the pool's surface. Then she raised her hand, brushing aside the strands of hair that had stuck to her nose, and met Ron's eyes. Sai gave her a grin and pulled her swimming goggles down to her neck. She drifted to the edge of the pool and waved hello at Ron. Well, hey, didn't think you had the free time to visit the pool. All to visit little old me. All to visit little old me. I love her. Just presume that I'm bored and have nothing better to do. Sai let her body float freely, holding onto the side of the pool with her arms. Might as well spend some time talking to her. Ron bent over and took off her shoes and socks and sat at the edge of the pool. She dipped her feet into the water and swung them around gently. Oh, I like this. I like the CG art. It's very pretty. I love the art style in this game. Pretty lady. I love the reflection off the water too. Ooh. It's just very cute. Ron lifted her head towards the sky, thinking that perhaps the rain would start soon. Though, even if it rained, I'm pretty sure that Yorino would still stay in the pool. Want to come down for a swim together? Hell no! It's way too cold! It's not like you've tried it yet. Just give it a shot. You'll definitely love it. You'll definitely love it. Absolutely not! Sai laughed, ripples of water spreading outwards from her trembling shoulders. Hearing you say it like that just makes me more confident. My little sister had the same reaction as you, but afterwards she got addicted to cold water swimming as well. Exactly like in the recall. Then I'll have to get out of here before you pull me into the water. Now, should I ask her about Misakura in school? Maybe there's a chance she'll answer differently from Takai. Ron considered it, but before she could ask, Sai herself spoke first. Ibuki, Sakura's very important to you, isn't she? Well, of course. Important is just a mere word, though. She's more important to me than you can imagine. After all, whether something is important or not can only be established by comparison with other things. And to me, Misakura is simply everything. There's nothing comparable. Wow, that's cheesy. Get her room. Sai idly pushed off from the edge of the pool and floated on the water. I remember that I had something extremely important I had to do as well. Can't remember it clearly, though. Huh? You've got memory loss issues, too? Nah, it's not the same kind of Sakura's. It's more the kind of forgetting that happens when too much time has passed. What, there's something even more important to you than swimming? Sai didn't answer and merely let the water of the pool lap over her face. She looks a bit melancholy. How awkward. Yo, we got the points to pass the check! Yoda, what you just mentioned, could it possibly have something to do with your little sister? Sai rose to the surface of the water, brushing away the rivulets of water and clinging strands of hair from her face with her two hands, revealing her forehead and her eyes. To Ron, they looked as clear as those of a cat. It's possible. After all, I love my little sister a lot. Ugh, saying it so bluntly like that. You're worse than I am. Sai laughed quite mirthfully. My sister's not that much like me. She's rather energetic, but also very polite. I don't know about the energetic part, but if she knows how to be polite, then she does sound quite different from you. Sai made a rude gesture and splashed some water from the pool at Ron. Hey, stop! That'll learn you to talk like that. That'll learn you to talk like that. Wow, Sai is easily my favorite so far. Like, it's not even close. I do love Aya as well, just because she's a bit of a fucking excitable ditz so far, but... And you know, I can relate to that. Wouldn't splashing her prove her point? Splashes you, Sonny. Yeah, that'll learn you to talk like that. Hell yeah, I fucking got you. I fucking got you, Sonny. Ron stood a little further away from the pool before continuing her inquiries. So, you feel like you're slowly forgetting things regarding your little sister? Let me think. Her curiosity's very strong. No. She always said she wanted to leave her hometown and go live in Tokyo, but it probably had nothing to do with curiosity. We lived in a place that got written up on the maps as being a part of the town next door, but in reality there's an entire ocean strait between our place and theirs. I love Sai's little fang as well. So you lived on an island? Uh-huh. Very small island. No point in naming it, you probably never even heard of it. So you lived by the sea. No wonder you like swimming so much. It's nothing to do with the sea. I never went swimming in the sea anyways. The town swimming pool was cleaner and safer. There's never anywhere to go in town anyway, so all the adults and kids alike congregated at the pool. So to dodge the crowds, I picked up a habit of going for early and late swims. I see, but based just on what you said here, it sounds like you remember it pretty clearly. Maybe I'm just imagining it. If that's the case, there's not much I can help you with, Miss Sakura's problem is enough to keep me busy on its own. I know. I was just rambling about it. Get out of here, you. Get out of here, you. I love her. Sai is the best. Okay. Okay, we got two more. We can go Hinata, Tama, and Asakura. Or Toyama. I like the dynamic with Miho a lot. I think we'll go Miho and Aya, just because they seem to have like a bit of a pair. I'm like 99% sure they're dating, and honestly, that's very cute. Ron was wandering through the corridors when she suddenly heard the sound of a guitar coming from... Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. No fucking... Think she's a rock star. So that's what it was oh my god. She actually played... Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. I like her a lot more now. Yo, photos of men on the wall. Awesome. I like that they're just straight up photos. Like, they're not even, like, illustrated. They're just... Well, okay. A lot of them are illustrations, but only because they're really old. When was that the first thing you noticed? What else do you want me to notice? The piano? It's a music room. Of course there's a piano. The chairs? Of course there's chairs. It's a music room. And then again, of course there's composers. It's a music room. But still, I just noticed it because it kind of sticks out because they're all painted very differently. But hi, Bats. It's lovely to see you. Oh, fuck. Windows! What about that faint thing in the windows? Those are called trees. I know this is new to you because this is your first time going, because you've never gone outside, but... No, the other thing. No, that's still just a tree. Oh, you mean the clouds. Yeah, you see, when water evaporates, it goes up into the air and just reaches a point where it all just kind of clumps together, and that creates a cloud. And eventually, when enough water comes through, it starts pissing, like all over the place. And that's what rain is. Cloud piss. Or if it's cold enough, it snows. Yeah. And if you're really unlucky, it hails. Which is like raining ice. Not fun. What's slush? I got no clue. I think it's like fucked up looking snow. Nasty ass snow. That's my definition. That's scientifically accurate. You check any dictionary. It just says nasty looking snow. There's no scientific definition. I promise. Ron pulled open the door to the music room, and the guitar trailed off immediately. Also, Bats, we did resolve the murder. Oh wait, you were there for that. Basically, we're just Danganronpa free time events. We're chilling out. We just got done hanging out with Yodano, and she's the best.
Rancha, did you come all the way just to listen to me play? Did you come all the way just to listen to me play?
Hayatoyama loosened her grip on the guitar strings and lowered it to her lap. I heard in the classroom that you knew how to play the guitar, so I came to check it out. It didn't sound bad. It didn't sound bad, I guess.
What? Come on! Don't you get the vibe that I'm an absolute rock star just by looking at me?
Ew, this voice is falling apart. Huh? I don't really know how that kind of vibe would look. No.
Sheesh, it was a joke! We're supposed to take it that seriously, Ron-chan.
Now I'm the one that's feeling awkward. And who was playing the other instruments on the song? I don't think the music's diegetic. Aya was carelessly strumming chords as she spoke, though it seemed like she turned off the guitar amplifier after Ron came in, since the guitar was only letting out dry twangs now. So, do you want to take a break? I want to talk business with you.
Next time maybe. I want to focus on practicing for now. I'm pretty lackadaisical usually, but I'm pretty serious when it comes to the guitar, so I want to spend a bit more time with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured she'd readily say sure, sure, and then put the guitar right aside. Let's give it a second shot. I'm honestly jealous of how you got something you love this much. I thought you'd reunited with your beloved Miss Sakura and all that. Seeing a Miss Sakura who's lost her memories, it fills me with pain and confusion more than anything else. Aya stuck her lower lip out and made an exaggerated shrug. Oh, is that so? Looks like she really does want to get back to her guitar. Well, you have fun. I'll be going now.
Bye bye bye!
I like her a lot. She's silly goofy. So I wound up coming back to the dorms after all. Investigate the sounds. Miss Sakura wants to be alone for now. I can appreciate that. I will respect it. Ron noticed that there were noises coming from the kitchen. Apparently someone was cutting vegetables. I am enjoying this. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the game so far. I'm just enjoying all the little character interactions. They make me happy. I'm just glad I found more calm music to practice. Yeah, it's very nice. I enjoy the soundtrack to this game a lot. There's someone in the kitchen. Yorino's still at the pool, so who could it be? Ron stepped into the kitchen, only to be greeted with Miho Takai's back. She was bent over at the waist, focusing intently on chopping potatoes, her face almost pressed up against the cutting board. That is not a safe way to cut. Even so, the resultant potato chunks were all wildly different from each other in size and shape. So even someone like Miho has something she's bad at. How very different from Miss Sakura. Miho, are you trying to double duty as both nurse and chef? Hello! Hello, how you doing today? We are currently chilling out with all of our friends, who are all, may I note, unmurdered. For now. I don't know how long that'll last, but we're having fun with it. Miho's shoulders shook for a moment. She set down the kitchen knife and wiped sweat off her face as she turned around.
Ibuki-san, what are you doing here?
Boop-a-doop-a-doo, let me hydrate. I heard the sound, so I came by to check it out. I thought cooking was Yorino's job.
It is, but I also want to learn to cook as well, so I've been asking Yorino-san for her instruction. She really is quite good at cooking.
Yeah, she is. Renu's a bit heavy on the seafood, though. Maybe she really is secretly a fish in disguise or something. Your jokes are even worse than Asakura-san's jokes. Good. Ron wanted to change the subject to something other than her poor comedy skills, so she spoke. Damn. Fucked up. So, how are you trying to learn to cook anyways? It's not like Yorino's having trouble with the workload of the school. I'm just planning for the future. There's no way Aya's going to put in the effort to learn this stuff, so eventually I'm gonna have to do all the cooking for her. Oh, so they are dating. Oh, that's cute. Eventually? Ron, do you think you're the only gay people? You didn't invent gay people, I'm sorry. What eventually? You know, after college graduation. Once we graduate, I'm sure I'll wind up living together with Aya. Mio gave a single laugh after she finished. Come on, that's a bit distant, isn't it? Still 5 years till then. Who knows where we'll all be in 5 years? It's still 5 years until then. Who knows where we'll all be in 5 years? I invented gay. Holy shit. I'm thankful for your service.
No matter what, I'm gonna be with Aya, so it's best to start preparing for it as soon as possible. It'll be too late to start preparing when it's actually time, not just for something as minor as cooking, but so many other things as well. Mio gently caressed the edge of the stove with her hands as she lowered her head. I hope Aya can come to that realization in time as well. If I were you, I'd live a bit more in the present and focus on things in front of you right now. Such as... Ron pointed at the potatoes on the cutting board. Those potatoes. Word of advice, you should peel the potatoes before you start chopping them. Oh. Right. God damn it, Miho. I mean, I have made the exact same mistake an embarrassing number of times, but god damn it. Anyways, that's our third free time event for now. I might go back and check out the rest later. Dinner time came as scheduled. In a change from noon, there was no sign of any seafood anywhere this time. Various platter arrangements of vegetable greens and sliced ham had replaced them. Ron didn't have the heart to enjoy the fine cuisine, though, because An and Koizumi were whispering with each other about something. Ron kept trying her best to get An's attention, but the few words she managed to get in were like pebbles thrown into a pond, only making the tiniest of splashes. Finally, after dinner ended, Ron managed to get a hold of An. Miss Sakura, do we finally have time to talk properly now? Koizumi said that she needed you for something. Why don't you two have a chat first? The class president? She can wait. Our conversation is far more important. No. You need to hear me out first. Koizumi didn't tell me what she wanted to say, but she was afraid you'd reject her, so she asked me to convey the message to you. An lifted a hand and gently placed it against Ron's cheek. Hear her out. Please? Miss Sakura. Okay. Got it. Good. Hurry then. There's another set of stairs from the second floor if you take a right turn. If you go up there, you'll reach the upstairs viewing deck. Koizumi's waiting up there for you. Okay. Miss Sakura, please wait for me in your room. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done chatting with the class president. Ron stuck a finger into Ron's hair and gently nuzzled Ron's hand, like she was encouraging her. See you later. Following An's instructions, Ron found her way to the viewing deck. After pushing open the door, she found Koizumi there waiting for her. Ibuki-san. Koizumi got up from the chair where she'd been waiting for Ron and approached her slowly. No, it's fine. Please remain seated. There are many things I'd like to chat with you about regarding Miss Sakura. There's no need for that. It'll be over very soon. Is she gonna kill me?! Oh, she's gonna kill me. I'm dead. Ron tensed at those words. Ron had envisioned a scenario where the two of them sat on chairs at a respectable distance from each other to discuss Ron's situation. Afterwards, over pleasant conversation, Ron's understanding of the amnesiac An would deepen, and that would find a way to rebuild her connection with her love. This was not the kind of atmosphere that led to that outcome. Ron was pretty sure. Class President, what are you doing? Ibuki-san. Considering her usual disposition, Koizumi must have rehearsed this moment many times. Ibuki-san. It's been a day! What is this anime fucking horror bullshit? Though I will admit, this is better than murder. This is a step above murder. We're moving up in the world, gang. We're going from murder to married. I'm sorry, but you're not really my favorite. Look, if it was Yorino, like, sure. You're the only new kid in years. Yeah, that's fair. No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she's still gonna kill us. Yeah. Ibuki-san, I like you. Would you go out with me? Ron frowned. She couldn't understand what Koizumi was thinking. Surely Koizumi knew exactly what kind of answer she was going to receive. After her confession. Class president. Wait, Ibuki-san. Koizumi had reverted to her usual timid state. In fact, she was acting even more nervous than usual. Her calm demeanor just now had exhausted every last bit of her energy, it seemed. She was having trouble controlling even her expressions now, but she still struggled on, trying to get all the words she wanted to say out. I know that you've only got eyes for Sakura-san, but please let me attempt to do something as well. I want to protect you. You want to protect me? From what exactly do you want to protect me? Ron, watching Koizumi struggle to catch her breath, couldn't help but think that Koizumi was the one who needed to be protected, not herself. When we get killed, we revive, but that might not be the case for you, Ibuki-san. If the other students don't think about that, they might go right for you if they draw you as the victim. Or maybe they'll just kill you to prevent you from investigating the crime scene. If that happens, you might just die for real. That is true. I may indeed get killed, and it may turn out to be impossible to revive me. But I can take care of myself. You cannot protect me, and even if I decided I wanted to accept your protection, that doesn't mean I need to date you. Right, but Sakura-san doesn't remember you right now, and I'm worried that you'll do something drastic. Even if it's just temporarily, you can rely on. That's not healthy. That is not a healthy relationship. Also, I'm glad that Ron at least has the decency to be like, no, I'm already dating someone. I'm happy that trope was subverted. I was really dreading that this would turn into like some awful harem thing. Almost none of these relationships are healthy. What do you mean? I mean, Ron and On for sure, but I think Miho and Aya are pretty cool. They're chillin'. Oh, I really thought for sure we were gonna die, though. Like, I was like 100% positive. I'm not sure everyone's gonna be making it tomorrow, but for now, at least, we remain victorious. Anyways, I'm gonna go refill my water, because I've been chugging it down all stream. Oh, ads are starting, so that's actually a good time. Lucky me! Alright, be right back. Sorry, give me a second. I'm back. Hydrate. Hydrated, thank you very much. Ron had no idea why Koizumi had decided to treat Ron like this. It wasn't like the two of them had interacted that much yet. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only one that I'll ever rely on is Miss Sakura. That's all you had to say, then I'll be leaving now. It doesn't look like we can have much of a proper conversation about Miss Sakura right now with the state you're in. Ibuki-san, please wait. Confessing to you is the first time I've ever chosen to do anything of my own volition. You can tell, right? I am completely indecisive, and even in class, it's Takahashi-san who makes all the decisions. So Please stop, class president. This kind of nonsense is the sort of thing I hate the most. What the hell do you even mean? This is the first time you've made a choice of your own volition. You volitionally eat food, volitionally shower, and volitionally sleep every damn day, don't you? Look, I get the point. You're trying to say that you can't find the determination to make decisions on many things that are important to you. But it's got nothing to do with me. Goodbye. Ron! Ron? Why are you I get it! On one hand, it's a very tough situation for you to be in, but on the other, a little uncalled for. And what? Updated. Okay. What did she add? Why confess to me if you knew it'd be pointless? Valid question. Ron departed the viewing deck, stepping towards the deserted hallway. After encountering On, Ron had changed significantly, and one of those changes was that she decided that there really weren't that many things she needed to concern herself with. Only On Sakura, and the one who searched for On Sakura on her own. Herself, in other words. Oh, I don't like that change for her character. God damn it. I don't like that. She has become a worse person. Miss Sakura, are you there? Ron lightly knocked on the door and quickly heard a response. She turned the handle, opening the door and entering the room. You finished your conversation with Koizumi? Oh, yeah. Okay. Take a seat, then. On sat at the side of the bed and patted the empty spot next to herself. Finally, we can have a proper conversation, Miss Sakura. Where's Koizumi right now? Why is her first concern still the class president? She said she wasn't going to come down until later. Did you tell her not to come back? Ron felt On tighten her grip on Ron's hand forcefully. There was once again an expression on On's face that she'd never seen before. Miss Sakura's mad at me? Over someone else? Yeah, it's almost like she has the thing called empathy! Oh my god! I get that you're bad with people. But you're really bad with people. I mean, on one hand, like, it is a character flaw that I believe the narrative is intending to, you know, directly confront. So I don't think it's bad writing, but also, man, I don't like her much anymore. Miss Sakura, is Koizumi really what we should be focusing on right now? She's a mere outsider. The relationship you and I have isn't something as simple as mere dating. It's the kind of relationship that no outsider can possibly interfere with. Miss Sakura, please. Oh, fuck, you're... Ron? Stop. Stop. Stop it. This is a very unhealthy relationship. Miss Sakura, please stop paying so much attention to others from now on. Well, I don't have any memories right now. It should be obvious who exactly is important to me, who is an outsider to me. You know what? She's 100% right. Oh god, and she's having... Oh, I don't like this. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be a bitch. The biggest bitch. The bitch. Oh, this is one hell of a toxic Yuri, huh? I don't understand, no! All I understand is that I want you to treat me the way I treat you, and be the same to me as... Ron's heartbeat and breathing almost instantly shot up to the limits of her ability to bear. If the person who could most effectively soothe her symptoms was on Sakura, then the person who could most effectively treat her those symptoms was also on Sakura. Ron, calm down. Ron reached out and clasped Ron's right hand tightly with her own. Ron, you know that I'm not admonishing you. You know that you're just throwing a tantrum too, don't you? Ron closed her eyes and lowered her head. Her feelings and condition quickly calmed down. As long as Miss Sakura is speaking, no illusion or suffering can touch me. That's right. This feeling right now is all I've ever wanted. If I can be by Miss Sakura's side, that'll be enough. I'm sorry, Miss Sakura. I shouldn't have demanded that the present you hold any sort of extreme feelings for me at the moment. I was wrong. I'll go apologize to the class president too later. That's more like it, Ron. The priority right now is to get you your memories back. Then we can start discussing just what happened between you and the school, Miss Sakura. I'll try my hardest to come up with a solution. Okay. I believe in you. Ron tightly held onto Ann's hand as tears began forming again. I feel awful, Miss Sakura. You can't keep putting that weight on her. It's not her fucking fault. I can't bear the fact that you don't remember me anymore. Ron's anguish reflected itself in Ann's eyes, and Ann seemed at a loss to help her. I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do for you? Miss Sakura used to pat my head when I cried before. She'd rub my head until I stopped crying. Miss Sakura, can you help me in the way you used to? Ann looked down at her hands and hesitated. She knew that all Ron was really looking for was on Sakura's face, but she still nodded and gently pulled Ron down to lie on her lap. Then she stroked Ron's head with her hands. Ron closed her eyes and let the sounds of the sea and wind fill her ears. Wave after wave, swishing and swishing. Miss Sakura, I'm right here. She got worse, then she apologized. She does seem to be reflecting on it a bit, which is nice. Progress. She recognized that like what she was doing was unfair, and I can appreciate that. I'm right here. Sakura. Yes, I'm right here. You came back real quick. I expected you to stay in Sakura's room overnight. What, did Sakura dump you or something? No, I just thought that maybe you'd still be swimming and I could have the room all to myself for a while. How unfortunate for you that I saw your breakup coming and thus chose not to go swimming so that I could be right here to comfort you on your return. I love her. She's my favorite. She is absolutely my favorite, and it's not even... It's so not close. Oh my god, I love her. She's just a little bit of a brat, and I fucking love it. Ron laughed at that. She wasn't imagining it. For some reason, she found being around Sai Yodono to be relaxing. Anyways, now that we've drawn lots, a death could occur at any time, right? Doesn't feel any different from usual, though. Well, everyone's used to it now. What were you imagining, exactly? Ron sat down on a chair and crossed her arms over her chest. Well, I don't know, something like everyone being very tense and making sure no one can sneak up on them. Being super jumpy about any unexpected noises, that sort of thing? Sounds like that one movie, Battle Royale. Yeah, a bit. Hey, if you're still anxious, you go look around the dorms for a while. Night's still young. There was that one time Asakura drew herself as the culprit and killed herself, so who knows? Maybe if you go looking, you'll find her dangling from the rafters somewhere or other. Jesus Christ! Okay! For some reason, once I said that, Ron felt a brief pulse of pain from behind her eyes, but it passed in an instant. Oh, someone actually did try that. So Asakura was the culprit, and Asakura herself was also the victim? Yeah, that case was so stressful for Indo, though. Though in the end, she was also the one who figured out Asakura's faked murder scene out, so that Asakura could come back to life. I can imagine how anxious Indo would have been in a situation like that, yeah. Well, she's pretty funny when she's freaking out, too. Anyways, if you're gonna go take another stroll, don't stray too far. It's not quite safe at night. What threat is she talking about exactly when she says that it's not safe? Alright, sure. And don't forget to take a bath after you're done. I only wiped your body and hair down a bit after you got drenched. Ron instinctively covered her chest with her hands at Sai's words. Got it. By the way, your tits are huge. I mean, fair enough. I love Yodono, she's my favorite. Who the hell said you could look? Ron stood up and quickly left the room. Understandably, but that is very funny to me. Let's figure out where I'm going. That's a dead end. What the fuck is the tool room? That feels like it's going to be relevant for the upcoming murder investigation. Deep within the first floor, Ron discovered a door. Curious, she approached the door and discovered a lock upon it. Yippee! It's locked? This is the first time I've seen a locked door here, I think. Ron reached out and lifted the door lock, illuminated by the keyhole with the light of her phone. Oh, and it's an old-fashioned model, too. Let's give it a shot. Ron looked around and ran over to the kitchen, where she used a pair of scissors to cut a bit of the stainless steel sponge off. Then she wove them together and pulled it into a wire. This should do. This kind of lock should be easy to open for me. Ron bent over and inserted the wire she'd made from the stainless steel sponge into the keyhole, paying attention to the delicate sensations coming from her fingertips. Soon, she'd found the correct direction. Excellent. The lock folded, slumping over like a deflated balloon. Ron proceeded to push open the door. She reached out and felt around for a light switch, but she couldn't find it. So she gave up on that. Ugh. Sorry, just need to take a second to breathe. Haven't been taking proper breaths at all this stream. It turned out this was a cramped tool shed full of various kinds of maintenance tools. There's no lack of large devices that Ron couldn't even name, as well as plenty of ropes, ladders, and the like. What? Come on, so it's just a place to dump all this stuff? Got the keys with us, it coulda. They probably kept this place locked to prevent accidents from happening. Ron took a small step back and closed the door and clicked the lock back into place. Underwhelming. Ron knocked on the door to Miho and Aya's room.
Coming!
Aya jogged to the door and opened it. Also, fun fact, everybody. I had food arrive not too long ago. I've been trying not to eat it because I don't know if you guys want to hear eating sounds on stream, but I am, like, kind of hungry. I haven't eaten in, like, 3 days, so I'm gonna put it down just so it tempts me. And I'll maybe take, like, a bite out of it this stream.
Oh, a rare guest.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's my second day here, man. Is it Ibuki-san? Mio had come to the door as well. I took the opportunity to lean backwards into her, conveniently resting her head against Miho's chest. Cut it out. They're cute. I like them. The gaze. Ibuki-san, is there something the matter? No, I'm just looking around. After all, murder could take place at any moment. I gotta make early preparations. Preparations for the murder. No, we already knew. We already know. I didn't throw a red card. Oh. That first bite was all bread, no sub. What am I saying? Aya's right there. Why'd the bricks explode? Why did you explode?
Oh, how diligent of you. Not bad, not bad.
It's just in case. I think that you're doing the right thing, Ibuki-san, even though it's vanishingly unlikely that a murder will take place in the dorms. I suppose that's true. After all, everyone knows where everyone else is supposed to be, and it's too easy for us to run into each other. I got microwaved? Fuck, sorry. That was me. I don't think I could make you explode. Okay. Yeah, man. Sometimes food is not bad. Right now, everyone's either using the showers or sitting around in their rooms. There's only one room to the bathroom, but it's pretty big. When we wash up, we tend to pair off by ourselves by our dormitories. Speaking of which, don't forget to take a bath, Ibuki-san. After all, you got drenched today. Yeah, I'll go in a bit. I won't disturb you two any further. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye!
It's about time. Let's go find Yorino and get ready to shower. Hell yeah. God, that bath looks real comfy. I could go for a comfy bath right now, I'm gonna be real. Ron soaked in the water and raised her hands into a lazy stretch. The bathroom's a bit rustic, but it's still nice to have a nice soak-in. Still nice to have a soak-in. And there's some traces of some fragrance, too. Oh, probably Sakata's group used some kind of fragrant additive or something. I said addictive. Whoops. Very different. Fragrant additive or something. I know Miho likes to use that sort of thing. What is this, a vacation getaway? Actually, we got some time in our room. We got some in our room, too. I've just never bothered with it. Huh. Ron nodded along casually and immersed her shoulders into the hot water as well. Feels like today the tub's particularly full. Yorino, shut the fuck up! Is it because your giant chest is placing all the water? Okay, man. What the hell are you even talking about? Appropriate reaction. Ron turned away, avoiding making eye contact with Sai. Just take your damn bath and don't make it weird. I think I want to have a serious conversation with you for once. Go ahead, then. Sai smiled as she leaned on the side of the tub. It's probably just something to do with Sakata anyways. Well, of course, after all, I don't understand the current Miss Sakata. How do you all feel about her? Nothing special, really. Mostly that she's a decent person who gets along well with her roommate, Koizumi. Though sometimes it's hard to understand what she's thinking. After all, having total amnesia but never once expressing any concern over it at all, that just makes it even stranger. Well, yeah. She's Miss Sakata, after all. I've never seen her panic. Ever. You're making her sound like she's some kind of goddess. Now I'm curious. What kind of person was on before? That's a secret for me to keep all to myself. And I'm not telling anyone. With a sweeping gesture, Sai splashed some water onto Ron's face. Hey, cut it out! Sai gave no response and continued splashing water at Ron. How old are you? Ron blocked with one hand and launched counter splashes back at Sai with the other. But Sai submerged into the water and quickly slipped behind Ron's back as if she was conjuring up a great tsunami and made a grand gesture with both arms that swallowed Ron in a wall of water. Ron coughed and leaned on the back. Ron coughed and leaned on the side of the pool to catch her breath. That's enough! Sai laughed. Precociously? I'm going in with precociously. I don't fucking know, man. Before she replied, that's what you get for asking me all those questions and not answering the one That's what you get for... Okay, give me a second. That's what you get for asking me all those questions and then not answering the ones I asked you. Yeah, that's right. That's what you fucking get. Whatever. Ron pushed her body up and left the bathtub, shaking the water off her hair forcefully and sending droplets everywhere. I'm done washing. You have fun splashing water around like a kid. Hey, no need to rush. I'm almost done. Let's eat together, otherwise it'll make trouble for the people coming after us. How about you stop making trouble for me first? I like them. They have a very nice dynamic. Oh, this is a new angle. That's unsettling. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. I'm just getting all kinds of bad vibes from this. This angle, this vibe, all of it's terrible. The vibes here, rancid. Yeah, no, it 100% fails. Sorry, keep accidentally hitting my microphone. Monobuki slept well. The hot baths she'd taken in on administrations on her had both been quite effective. But there was a certain something outside of the room that had come to disrupt her hard-won rest. An eldritch presence continually grew, and a nameless chaos was slowly writhing in the hallways at that very moment. Permeating through Ranabuki's brain with my own What? What? Ron, the game is always in third person. The game is always in third person. What the fuck? Who the fuck is the narrator? I don't know. I don't know what's going. I don't know who. I am lost. Yes. Oh. God, this Rico, stop controlling the game. I'd foregone awakening for so long it caused my vision to blur. I laid on the bed and flexed a finger and experimentally pulled her legs in. No problems. At an unthinkably even rate, the door to the room opened, and I focused my undivided attention on the darkness beyond that threshold. Oh! Oh, what the fuck is that?! What the fuck?! Jesus, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Jesus! I don't think that's a friend, Angel. I vote foe. 100% foe. A pale white form had appeared in the ink-black corridors from out of nothing. I wasn't able to perceive just how it had approached the gate. I couldn't help but clutch the headboard of the bed with my hands, wary of the being's next moves. It was massive in size. Its progressive gait was like that of a growing plant. From the darkness it penetrated into the room, advancing bit by bit. Soon, its low, quiet mutterings and gibberings seemed to become a mist that enveloped the whole room. Listening carefully to those quiet whisperings, I finally heard its origin clearly. It was the sound of celestial bodies, the sound of stars being born and destroyed in an instant. The cacophony of the universe's endless expansion, and the sound of its weeping. I sat up on the side of the bed and looked towards it. The fierce desire and joy it emanated was like the heart-throbbing joy I felt when I first met Ronabuki.
Wait, what? Okay, what? What the fuck? There's some sort of supernatural presence in Ron, but what? What is it? What is it? What is it? There's gotta be a hint somewhere, something.
I'm thinking, if it's the same being that grants her the power to recall, then it's the Notebook, right? God fucking damn it, the Notebook's alive. The Notebook's alive. Shit. I don't know how to respond to that information. Facing the beloved child of the mother of humanity, you can only be inescapably pulled in. What? What? You're referring to What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? So she's like... Jesus Christ? Is she Jesus Christ? That sounds like that sounds like a joke, but I don't know. It dragged its body into the room, its sculpted thorax hunched, and stared at me.
Oh, fuck! What the fuck? Oh, the mountain of eyes, I'm unsettled. I don't like that guy. He's not very cool. He kinda looks like a bunch of ropes with eyes. Like a really frayed rope. Like it's been through some rough times. Who are you? This query is one that I should be asking of you, but you have already illuminated my more critical bewilderment. His voice appeared within my consciousness in a language which I could understand. I seek, but cannot find the memories of Aunt Sakura, and have no recourse but to seal Ron away. Monobuki away in this broken world. Wait. What? Okay, so that's what's trapping us in here. A celestial being, I don't know. Why? Why? What? Its speech was seemingly bent to some bizarre rhythm. The phrasings it used were invariably twisted. An organ like a distended eyeball, which apparently served as the being's head, turned to face me.
It glimmered with specks of inorganic light. Its heaving back ran nearly parallel with the ceiling, and the conglomerate of spherical masses that made up its lower half clung tightly to the floor. Two long, dangling arms, dense with muscle, drooped powerlessly to the floor. I looked towards the upper bunk. Sayorano showed no signs of waking up anytime soon. Perhaps she couldn't perceive these sounds, or perhaps it wasn't allowing Sayorano to awaken. What do you intend to do to Ranabuki? We are kindred. Kindred? From the perspective of the Mother of Humanity, we are indeed kindred. But I know not from whence you originate. In terms of fundamental nature, we may be quite dissimilar. In the eyes of the Mother, you and I are alike. Then you must surely understand my thoughts and motives. What the fuck are they talking about? I see. Your kind is always like this. Ranabuki merely wants to be together with An and Sakura. Why do you persistently hinder her in this? This is no hindrance. You crave the Mother's beloved child. In this, you are like us. From that statement, it was obvious that this being which had brought Ranabuki here, and it had no intention to let Ron leave. No matter what your intent is, trapping Ranabuki here and forcing her to remain by your side is nothing but a waste of effort. She has to help you of her own free will for it to mean anything. This place is the heaven that belongs to her. I hope for her eternal companionship. What? That has a lot of implications, and I don't know if I like them. Suddenly, it tilted its body forward, and its featureless head closed in towards me once more. I understand the laws. Thus, none may forcibly claim her. I have also left for her a path to depart from here. Originally, I believed that the closest one to her was you. The one who could lay claim to her was you. But in fact, you are counted as the most distant from her. Only if she slumbers, only if her brain ceases consciousness, only if her soul and physical body are separated, can you quietly manifest in the world. His voice wasn't particularly emotionally charged. Perhaps it wasn't even attempting to provoke me, but just expressing what I consider to be a simple fact. At least I've always been by Ranabuki's side. I will protect her. And since you've constructed this stage, you shouldn't disrupt the rules yourself. Stay away from Ron and let her make the decision herself. I will only protect her and ensure that when she makes her decision, that nobody can stop her. It seemed to have nothing more to say. It began retreating, in a way that looked as if it was just rewinding the process through which it sprouted into this room. A film played in reverse. Bit by bit, it was sucked into the darkness outside the room's door, its featureless head staring at me the entire time. Or rather, should I say, towards Ranabuki's body. After it was swallowed by the darkness, the door to the room closed by itself, without a single sound. I went back to bed, hugging my shoulders tightly. I took a deep breath and hungrily buried myself in the sensations of physical contact with Ronabuki. I needed it badly. Good night, Ronabuki. I closed her eyes and returned her body to her.
Okay, so that scene had a lot
Of implications? Okay.
What the fuck? Thank you for the hydrate.
Ron opened her eyes.
Hydrated, thank you very much.
Gentle sunlight illuminated the whole dormitory, but she immediately shut her eyes again, rejecting the comforting light.
Ugh, here it is again. My eyes hurt so much.
Ron closed her eyes shut, squeezing a few tears out of the corners, and tried to raise her right hand.
I can't raise it. Fine then.
She relaxed completely, focusing only on keeping her thoughts active. Whenever I took command of her body after she fell asleep, Ron always awoke afterwards with sore eyes and delayed nervous reaction speeds.
This usually lasted for about 10 or so minutes.
Might as well think what I'm gonna do today while I'm recuperating. The murder is yet to take place, and the class president said that last time was a particularly quick case. Probably their usual pace is much slower. That's what I'm willing to place my bets on. Sorry, just eating.
I feel bad for eating on stream, but,
No, I just feel guilty about it. I don't really have a good excuse. I'm just gonna put it away.
I feel bad about it.
I mean, yeah, but like not now. Not when you guys gotta hear like mouth sounds. That's gross.
Ew, icky. You get to listen to my good mouth sounds, not the bad mouth sounds.
Not now, unless you didn't eat before now. For the sake of keeping stream light, I'm not answering that question.
Not only will there be all kind... Also, what did you think of that scene? Because I have a lot that I need to unpack there.
Feels like we just got a bunch of big revelations. And I'm not sure how they all piece together yet.
And until they do, they'll have to go about their normal lives at the school. I guess I'll go to the classroom and see what their lessons are like after this. If it's Miss Sakura lecturing today, I'd love...
Shut the fuck up, you goddamn gay-ass bitch.
If it's Miss Sakura lecturing today, I'd love it if she punished me by making me stand in the corner. Go to horny jail! Shut up!
I'm gonna save here, by the way. Because I just realized that I haven't saved once this entire stream. Ooh, that could have been bad. I mean, I doubt the game would have crashed, but, you know. You never know. Also, I'm just gonna refill my water real quick. Again, I was really thirsty before stream, and doing all this voice acting is not helping. So give me like 2 seconds. Water. But I did just have potentially a major revelation, and this is going to sound far-fetched. Maybe. I don't know. But judging from how whatever it was controlling Ron was, like, clearly close with her. With Ron. And how the creature mentioned that it thought that they would be the closest thing to her. It's a bit of a long shot, but I think On is the Notebook. I don't know how the fuck that works. I genuinely have no idea how that works. But I don't know. I don't know. Is that why it couldn't find any memories of her? Why would it need memory? Is that why she's a blank? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to process this. And I don't know if there's enough evidence for it yet. But now I'll wait until we get a bit further in, just because I'm assuming there'll probably be more evidence later. No point in holding back. Take a good look today and estimate whether it's at all feasible to dig through the collapsed tunnel by hand. Maybe there's something in the tool closet I checked out last night that could help me with excavation. And after that, Ron rolled over. She felt like She felt that she would be able to fully recover soon. Class president. I don't know why she had to confess to me. I just hope Miss Sakura won't come to any misunderstandings. 10 minutes passed quickly. Ron sat at the side of the bed and raised her head. The top bunk was already neatly made. She frowned slightly and groped for her phone on the bed. The display showed that I was half past it. Also, I will say, I do love like the little phone wallpaper, and also, it's not subtle symbolism, but I do like that it's there. Just in time to head to the classroom. Let's go. She has fallen in surprisingly quick. Oi, Ibuki, you're late. You never had any intention of calling me to come to class at all, did you?
Since it's going to rain today, will we still be going to the library this afternoon?
Classes had just let out, and though there wasn't that many students, the sound of their piecemeal chit-chat captured Ron's ears and pulled her back into her recollections. In the classroom of her memory, the sound of the end-of-class bell had been like a signal gun, letting the students know that it was time to charge past the starting lines of discipline and rush out together, hand in hand, down the racetrack named Laughter. What the fuck are you talking about? Leaving only Ron behind. Nobody would ever... Why are you just standing there like a dummy again? Don't tell me you skipped breakfast. I left a portion of food for you in the dining hall. Don't tell me you missed it. Ron suddenly raised her head. Sai was standing next to her, watching her with a light frown. Oh yeah, I saw them. The milk and cookies, right? They were pretty good.
Ron-chan, what took you so long?
Aya circled around to Ron's back and laid her hands onto Ron's shoulders.
You missed my chemistry lecture.
What, you're responsible for chemistry classes at this school? Ugh, I guess self-teaching's the only hope we have then.
Rude! Can you believe that was... Can you believe how rude that was of her?
Laughing, I shook Ron's shoulders back and forth.
Aw, they all have very cute... I love them all so much. The characters in this game are all very charming to me. Ron's kind of insufferable at times, but she's getting better. Hopefully.
It do be time for eat.
No worries, Sonny. Thank you so much for popping by. I had a lovely time with you. It means a lot to me that you stopped by. I hope you enjoyed your stay. And I hope you got some rest. Good night.
Morning. Ron wasn't certain whether Koizumi had told anybody else about her confession. Most importantly, she looked all over the room, searching for An Sakura. Ron found her at the blackboard, where An was preparing an outline for the next class on the blackboard with a book in her hand. Next period is Miss Sakura's language class, then. As Ron thought of this, the bell rang in a hurry, signaling the start of class. Hey, Ibuki, you don't have any textbooks on hand, do you? Come on, push a desk over, we'll share. Ron nodded and took a seat.
They're so cute. I'm gonna be real. I massively prefer Ron and Sai to Ron and Ibuki. Fuck, Ron is Ibuki. God, I'm so fucking on and Ibuki. God fucking damn it. Don't talk to me, I'm stupid. I don't know how else to say. That's embarrassing.
Teaching the language class suits Miss Sakura quite well, though I'm sure she could teach any subject well.
I would if I could.
I can't believe I get to see Miss Sakura as a school teacher. That's Miss Sakura for you. She hides countless possibilities. Thinking about Miss Sakura, Ron couldn't help but start to giggle. Ibuki, what the hell? Gross.
Oh, nothing.
Gross.
45 minutes passed in the blink of an eye, and only when the bell rang again and the end of class did Ron come back to her senses. It's over? Ron laid down the hand she was using to support her head and leaned back on the chair's back. On Sakura's class had been a bit underwhelming. I can't believe how ordinary that was. Is that really how Miss Sakura would act if she became a teacher? On had taught the class if she was a young graduate who had just become the newest intern at the school with a completely ordinary lecture. Back when Ron had asked for tutoring from On in the past, her lover had been completely different, far more. Stop comparing them, please. She'd been more expressive back then, making weird gesticulations and even weirder metaphors, and she would use the strangest comparisons to help Ron understand her points. That's probably because Sakura and I were tutoring one-on-one, I guess. She'd even hug my waist with one arm while writing solutions on the paper with the other, too. Ron's gaze was still locked on the On, who was approaching her. The current Miss Sakura isn't the one who knows how to cherish me anymore. There's a dead hamster at this. What the fuck, dude? What do you want me to do with this? Take it back! It's fine. Miss Sakura will remember it all. I'll help her remember. Calm. Well, too bad you're taking it.
How was my lesson, Ron? Were you able to take it all in?
Nope, it's yours. I was mostly just staring. Ron, stop. Ron, you gotta shut the fuck up. I am begging you to shut the fuck up. I was mostly just staring at you. I didn't really pay attention to the content of the lecture. Anywho, hi Kirbs. Hi Serena. How you doing? Holy shit, you need to get a room. I swear, you're almost on Asakota's level. I was only speaking the truth. I don't see any reason to be embarrassed about that. On smiled awkwardly, looking a bit lonely. I threw up today. Day fucking sucked. Fair enough, man. Hope I can help lift up your spirits a bit. And then again, you're on kind of on part 3 of the visual novel, so if you're a bit lost, murder school, a girlfriend, Yuri. Also, magic shit's going on, and we don't know what the fuck's going on. Whole fucking mess.
Well, next time I give a lecture, you better listen attentively, or else I'll make you stand in the corner.
Okay. Oh, that sounded a bit like her old self. I don't care enough to know, but... Okay. I mean, fair enough. Genre's not for everyone, but... I probably don't need to attend class after this. As far as their classes go, there's nothing special about them besides how they have students serve as teachers. Well, that's the thing about this game, at least. There are notes. And little plot summaries. Hope you've been fine. I've been well, actually. Thank you. I hope that you've been better as well for the most part, even if you threw up today. After that, the next 2 periods are both Hinata's math classes. Class president's math class? Hearing Kozumi's name come out of On's mouth, Ron panicked for a moment and parroted On's words back at her. What does Miss Sakura mean by this? Is the class person Are you... No! She's just saying that up next is the math class! I mean, I left a job where I twisted both my... Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't know how to... By then, Kozumi had already wiped the remains of On's lecture on the blackboard and began writing math formulas there instead. On's eyes couldn't help but drift towards her. Koizumi held the textbook with her left hand as the choco stick. The choco stick. I'm so fucking stupid. The choco stick. The choco stick. The stick of chalk in her right hand danced swiftly across the blackboard. From time to time, she stood on tiptoes to reach the top of the board. Oh my god. The choco stick. Apparently, she'd finished transcribing the page she was on because Koizumi gave her right hand's middle finger a quick lick before she used it to flip to the next page. Oh, she's using her index and thumb to hold the chalk. Koizumi realized that Ron was looking at her and startled a little before she quickly hid her right hand behind herself. Then she gave Ron an awkward smile and continued with her writing on the blackboard. Something going on with Hinata? Nothing. It was just... thought that she and Takai look the most suitable to be school teachers, so... Please don't come to any misunderstandings, Miss Sakura. The only person that I like is you. I couldn't possibly have any feelings for anyone else. Well, I mean, actually, I'd love it if you paid other people a bit more attention. Your life can't be completely dependent on just on me, can it? Those words caused Ron's eyes to involuntarily widen. Shaking her head, she raised a hand to shield her face and spoke with a dark voice from behind it. Miss Sakura, you never would have said anything like that if you hadn't lost your memories. My life is something that I only want to spend with you. I don't need anything else. Disturbing. You gotta have a better relationship with yourself, man. This is not the foundation for a healthy relationship. -26 -2. I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit, maybe? I don't know. If it's Celsius, that's wild. If it's Fahrenheit, maybe that's also wild, but I don't know Fahrenheit enough to quantify that. Okay, it's Celsius. Wild. Fahrenheit would be wilder. Fun!
What do you plan on doing this afternoon, Ibuki-san?
I think maybe I'll... Ron chewed slowly on a mouthful of conch, thinking about how she'd like to answer. C and F meet at -40 degrees. Huh. Weird point. Why is the class president asking again? If Miss Sakura's right next to me, let's just fend her off quickly. Miss Sakura's right next to me, let's just fend her off quickly. Ron swallowed the savory conch before she answered. I'm going to check out the tunnel.
Really? Then I'll come along too.
Koizumi laid her chopsticks down and pressed the fingers of her hands together.
We can go around 3 in the afternoon. I can prepare some, tea and snacks.
Huh? Is that really necessary? It's not that far away.
I think it's a splendid idea. Koizumi's pastries are always quite delicious.
-40 is not a possible... Yeah. I mean, hey. Maybe if you work really, really hard, you can break the barriers of Kelvin. And then Kevin's gonna be pissed. You just gotta push, like, push beyond your limits, like Goku. Goku wouldn't give up. Goku wouldn't say that -40 isn't a possible value. Goku would simply make it that cold. It's that simple. Kevin would no. No. Then Goku would, like, transform, and he'd, like, teleport behind Kevin and explode him. Yeah, that's how it would go. Kevin would lose. Sorry, but you're not convincing me that Kevin wins this matchup. An opportunity. Then would you like to come as well, Miss Sakura? Oh no, Kozumi invited me, not you. I shouldn't intrude. You to enjoy yourself. I just left Super to get to the stream. Can I leave Dragon Ball? Damn, you're watching Super? Sorry for your loss. I hope you get well soon. Oh, fair enough. I also haven't watched it ever. I just know people shit on Super a lot. Not as much as they do GT. But I know people shit on Super a lot. People do not like Super. They really don't like GT, but... And no one fucking talks about original Dragon Ball. Which is upsetting, because it's personally my favorite. It's just silly, goofy. It's full of whimsy.
It's fine. If Ibuki-san wants to go with Sakura-san, I can prepare the biscuits and pastries for the two of you to take instead.
That would be wonderful, yes. Let's do that. And Kaya's the one with the most positive talk. That's just Z again. It doesn't count. Besides, no driving episode. I don't know. Then okay. I know they cut a lot of the filler, so I wasn't sure what bits of filler they did cut. If they cut the driving episode, it'd be heartbreaking. Z is definitely... driving episode is definitely from original Z first, though, yeah. And its peak. On turned and stared at Ron, and the feeling of being watched by Han was enough to fill Ron's heart with pleasure. It's back. The feeling of the old Miss Sakura is shining through again. Okay. But this year I've cut down my anime list to only one thing I haven't started. Hell yeah. That's awesome. It's nice to get your way through a bunch of shows that you've been holding off on. Hearing Ron ascend, Kozumi's eyes lit up for a moment before they lowered again.
If possible, could we meet by the entryway to the dormitory itself?
Why? The rooms are so close together. Can't we just meet downstairs together?
Okay, I guess.
Kozumi's attitude displeased Ron greatly. No, I asked you why. You can go ahead and tell me why. You don't have to just roll over and be like, okay. Kozumi shook her head.
It's nothing, just a personal problem.
Well, if she says it that way, then I guess I just have to accommodate her, huh? Whatever. Miss Sakura's here, and it's not a big deal anyways. Let's just go along with what Kozumi wants. Fine. Dormitory entrance by 3 o'clock, then. It's settled. Ron's quick change in attitude cheered Kozumi greatly, and she gave a wide smile. I went from like 14 to now where I've watched 20 animes. Not bad. Not a bad lineup.
Okay, thank you, Ibuki-san.
I got interrupted last time by her confession. This time, let's ask her a bit more about Miss Sakura. Oh, this art is very pretty. I vibe with it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna save here just because this feels like a... Since we're gonna be checking out the tunnel. She'd come to the dormitory entrance at exactly the appointed hour in order to avoid opening her room door and running into Koizumi immediately. I really expected her to show up before I did. I'm sadly 450 episodes into One Piece. I've been bored, okay? Why are you watching the anime? Look. I could appreciate the anime sometimes, but oh my god. You know what? Fair enough. I will say, look up, like, I believe it's called One Pace. It's basically a recutting of a lot of the anime material that just cuts out a lot of the filler. And it's a lot easier to watch for those who have to watch. Only after 5 minutes had passed, Kozumi pushed open the dormitory door and appeared before Ron. She carried a picnic box and an umbrella in her hands. Aw, that's cute.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Ibuki-san. I'd already finished repairing when I remembered that it might rain, so I went back and got an umbrella.
I skipped all the filler, because... Yeah, but it also extends, like, a lot of scenes. Like, I'd say the biggest problem with the pacing isn't even just, like, necessarily the filler arcs, because I feel like those are usually, like, pretty small self-contained stories, so they're fine in their own right. I feel like they extend arcs way past the point where they're, like, they lose the narrative pacing, I guess. It just feels like everything goes on for a bit too long. Yeah, that's kind of the exact problem I'm talking about. Literally well, that and Fishman Island arc. Yes. I don't believe there's a space. I don't believe that there's that there's a space between one and pace, but here, I'll drop the link. Is good. I can't do much further than the base website here, but because you know, I don't want to get my channel exploded. But wow, would you look at that link? But yeah, I haven't personally watched it myself, I do want to say, before anything. So I can't personally speak for its quality. I personally have been reading the manga, just because anime pacing kind of fucking made me miserable. But from those who have watched the anime, I have been recommended that quite a bit. As, like, the definitive way to watch, especially a lot of the earlier arcs. Well, and, like, the later arc. It's just... Mostly, actually, the later arcs. Fuck, I'm stupid. But it's just the best way to watch the anime overall.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Ibuki-san. I'd already finished repairing when I remembered it might rain, so I went back and got an umbrella. Though it doesn't rain much here. Whenever it rains, it always tends to rain for days on end.
It's fine, I just arrived too. The class president asked me to dormitory door just to deliver a line like that? I mean, Ron quickly added a clarification. I mean, I really did only just arrive. Haven't waited long at all.
Oh.
So, she wanted to show up, like, fashionably late and is disappointed by her showing. That's silly. But also, Ron, you don't have to be a... Have a nice night. I'll return again eventually. No worries. Take as long as you need. I hope you have a lovely rest of your night, and I hope you enjoy the, better version of One Piece. So you get less bored. Because, man, if there's one thing I can say about the story is that it's definitely not boring. In the manga, at least. I don't know. I can't... Again, the anime is a different story.
Okay.
School gates. She slowed her pace down a bit so that Koizumi could keep up, and the two of them advanced side by side. Naw.
It's a date!
Oh, Jesus Christ, this place looks miserable. This time, as they headed towards the tunnel at a normal walking speed, Ron realized that the road was actually quite long. She must have caused On quite a lot of pain last time when she dragged her at a running pace in the rain down the whole road's length. Sakura didn't even get mad at me, though. I should apologize to her again once we get back. Ron headed right into the tunnel, and the light dimmed immediately. She turned on the flashlight on her phone, but the light was too weak and insufficient to light the path ahead. Well, that's a problem. Just then, a bright light suddenly appeared from behind her. Ron turned her head and saw that Koizumi was carrying a flash. Don't look directly into the flashlight, dumbass! Well prepared, aren't you?
Well, I was hoping I could help you, Ibuki-san, so I made a lot of considerations.
She's sweet! Okay, I like her a lot more now. Ron heard confidence from Koizumi's voice. She didn't like... Ron, why are you so insufferable all the time? She gets it. Look, class rep, I really like Miss Sakura. Like, imagine the most you think a person could possibly love another person, and multiply that by, like, 10,000. Ron reached the end of the tunnel where the rocks obstructed the path forward. So I really think that you should give up on me.
Don't worry about me, Ibuki-san. I'm only doing what I want to do. You don't need to feel burdened at all.
Ron took the flashlight that Koizumi was handing to her, and pointed it down to the floor as the two of them looked at each other. God fucking damn it. You apologized for this literally fucking yesterday. Stop it. It's already become a burden to me, and Miss Sakura seems to be very worried about you. More than she is for me. I'm sorry, Ibuki-san. Koizumi hesitated a few moments before speaking again. Sorry. Ron didn't want to hear her repetitive apologies. She turned around and pointed the flashlight at the rocks. Doesn't look particularly special. Ron put a hand to turn her down. That's allowed. Yeah. What's allowed? On the bright side, I'm pretty sure she brought us here to kill us. Or for Sakura to kill us. Or both! I don't think Sakura would kill us yet. I feel like that's kind of a late game twist. You know, once Ron's really struggling, you know, then it would be a good excuse to use the twist the knife pun. Well, if she stabs us, at least. I don't know. If it's, like, a big boulder, then, you know. I'd have to think of something else. You know, with how much I've been zoning out the stream, you'd think I was stoned, but no. That was also a pun about the boulder, but it didn't really work out. It just kind of sounded like I said I wasn't high, and I'm not, but did not get across effectively at all. That was my worst joke ever. That's not true. I've made worse. I will continue to make worse. I'm sorry, everybody. Ron put a hand on the rock, feeling a wet sensation in her hands. Lichen. Ron swung the flashlight around, identifying a loose piece of rock stuck in the middle of the pile, close to falling. She raised her head and carefully inspected the area around the stone. Probably can dig this one out without collapsing anything else. Come up here and hold the flashlight for me, class rep. Kozumi stepped forward quickly and helped Ron illuminate the pile of rocks. After that, Ron reached out and took hold of the rock wedged in the crack.
Do you need me to help?
No need, just holding the flashlight will be enough. The rock was wedged in tightly. Ron used all the strength she had, but even then it only caused the rock to scrape back and forth within the crack against the other rocks, grinding irritatingly as it did so. Ron gave up on pulling the rock out directly, and rather pushed it to the left instead. The lichen on the rock pressed into the lichen in the crack, and accompanied by the sound of flowing water, the stone showed clear signs of loosening. Excellent. Ron grabbed the rock once again with her feet on the ground and her shoulders low set. She gave it a pull with both hands, and with a series of cracks, the rock came free from the stubborn crevice. The momentum of it caused it. Fuck me. Can't get these line deliveries right today. I am so sorry. The momentum of it caused Ron to stumble several steps backwards, still holding onto the stone. Seeing it, Kozumi quickly stepped up and caught Ron.
Ibuki-san!
I'm okay. Managed to get it out. Ron's hands trembled slightly as she carried the boulder. Flashlight. Shine down that crack, will you? Kozumi nodded, then pointed the light towards the scene of Ron's struggles for the past few minutes. Behind the crack, there were even more layers of broken stone, no different from the rest. Ron, taking deep breaths, headed out of the tunnel. Kozumi immediately followed, helping to illuminate the path for her. When they reached the exit of the tunnel, Ron stopped and tossed the rock out of the tunnel. The rock landed onto the ground and rolled back and forth a bit from the momentum before falling still. It hasn't transformed even after leaving the tunnel. Yeah, because it's a rock. I mean, I appreciate you checking. You never know. But, unfortunately, still a rock. And the lichen was real, too. It hasn't vanished just because it was removed from the tunnel. A few raindrops landed in Ron's palm. Ron looked up at the rain clouds gathering over them in the sky before turning her thoughts to the tunnel. So, the problem isn't with the tunnel itself. Perhaps the school and nearby foot-accessible area are both considered one unitary whole. Let's go over the anomalies again. Firstly, nobody's concerned about being clearly unable to leave here. Some kind of cognito hazard? Indefinitely available necessities for everyday life, maintaining the stability of the environment. And of course, the murder game, where revival is possible. Let's assume that that's the purpose for which we've been brought here. Yeah, I think I got it. Cognitive disruption, a closed but stable environment, and certain strange and distinct rules. I've encountered a lot of supernatural phenomena like this before. The true mastermind probably just wants to see us murder each other back and forth. The question is where this thing is and why it selected us in particular. Or why it selected you. I think. I don't know. I'm just kind of making guesses. I'm free fucking balling it. Anyways, I don't think it's necessarily... I mean, I guess... just to go back from earlier... I mean, I guess aliens would be a good description for it, but that does seem a bit overly simplistic. I feel like there's layers to this that I'm not quite getting. And there definitely are, so... the feeling is justified. In conclusion, I'm right all the time, literally about everything. And if any of you question me again, I'm gonna cry. None of you did question me, but I know when you do it. I know when you're like, damn, Joy's really talking out her ass this time. I hear that, and I'll fucking get you. I'll fucking get you.
Are you planning to clear out all the rocks in the tunnel by yourself, Ibuki-san?
Nah, there's way too many to move without serious excavation tools or time. Not to mention, I haven't even gotten Miss Sakura's memories back. I've at least got to figure that out before I leave.
That's right. If it's the same type of anomaly as the Red Ruins, then I haven't the foggiest why the rules would cause Miss Sakura to lose her memories.
What the fuck are the Red Ruins? Ba-ba-doop-a-doop-boop-boop-boop-bow. A more fucking...
A region situated in the far eastern reaches of Russia, with an area of approximately 6.6 square kilometers. Humans who enter the area will be compelled by certain rules, the details of which are unclear due to Ron's memory loss, to participate in a certain activity. After 12 days pass, all participants will depart the ruins uninjured. However, their personalities will become drastically altered, and they will, from then on, behave in a way that is consistent with common behaviors displayed by average adult citizens of the Soviet Union in the 1960s. Furthermore, they will now loudly broadcast their new beliefs and manifesto in public gathering spaces. Ranabuki once entered these ruins, but escaped from them after only one day. She experienced no alterations to her personality.
What the fuck? What? I went to the ruins that make you communist. The what? Oh, you know. That's awesome. Okay, man. Why not? Fuck it, we ball.
There's still a different path here, though, so let's keep going and see where it leads. The raindrops fell with increasing density, and the rain grew heavy, but it didn't deter Ron from deciding to press onwards. Ron walked to the edges of the path, stuck her head out, inspecting the cliff beneath. It wasn't very tall, just... Oh, got the hiccups. Just 5 or 6 meters high, with a grove of bushes underneath. Beyond was dense and unending forest. Even in the worst case scenario, if I slipped and fell, I probably wouldn't sustain any injuries as long as I slid down the incline. Let's keep going. Ron stepped onto the path, which was only wide enough for one person at a time. She pressed her left hand to the side of the mountain and slowly creeped forward.
Ibuki.
Kozumi seemed afraid that she'd scared Ron if she shouted too loudly, so she closed.
Ibuki! Ibuki!
Kozumi seemed afraid that she'd scared Ron if she shouted too loudly, so she closed her mouth and followed behind Ron. The rain grew heavier and heavier. Ron couldn't help but constantly blink her eyes. She felt like with every step she took, the road in front of her became thinner and thinner. This is far enough for now. There was a sharp left turn in the path ahead where the tunnel turned the other way. It was really difficult to push through this bend in the storm, so Ron decided to turn back. She turned around to discover Kozumi was still following her. What are you doing following me up here?
I was worried.
Are you an idiot? This road's only wide enough for one person. Now that you're in the way, how are we supposed to get back? You just same way you. Are you stupid? You just turn around.
I'm sorry. I'll turn around immediately.
Wait! Wait! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you. Fuck. Don't rush yourself. Make sure you turn slowly and carefully. I'm not angry with you.
Okay.
Kozumi nodded as she took hold of a protruding rock. Extending her right foot behind her, she slowly began the difficult process of turning around, alternating which hand she was using to hold onto the rock as she turned. Ron, for her part, quickly turned around and came to Koizumi's side, and raised her left hand to help make sure she didn't fall. Her actions caused notable tension in Koizumi, but she tightened her grip on the rock in response. But the conical surface of the stone was slippery with rainwater, and her hand slipped off. Losing her balance, Koizumi tilted backwards. Ron immediately leapt forward, trying to grab Koizumi's clothes, but she missed.
Ibuki!
Without thinking, Koizumi instinctively reached out. Ron acted before her brain could fully process the situation as well, and grabbed her hand immediately. Wait, I can't take that hand! The moment that thought appeared to her, Ron was dragged off the cliff herself along with Koizumi. Ouch. Ron got up from the ground, dusted her clothes off a bit, and looked up. Above was the path the two of them had just fallen from. Good thing it wasn't too high. Can't believe we actually fell down.
I am sorry, Ibuki-san.
Koizumi was sitting on the ground, crying terribly. She wiped her face ceaselessly as the rain and tears together turned her eyes red. The picnic box and the now badly bent umbrella had landed near her left leg. Her pants had been torn in the fall, and her scraped thigh was exposed to the air.
Ibuki-san, I'm sorry. What do we do?
I shouldn't have tried to catch her back then. Should have gone back to the school and called for help. Can't be helped now. Let's calm the class president down first. Feels like the class president's always taking a fall, huh? Ron approached Koizumi's side and stretched a hand out. Come on, let's calm down so we can stand up and find a place to hide from the rain. Koizumi wiped her tears with one hand and took Ron's with the other. Ron pulled her up, putting some force into it. After Koizumi got up, she immediately collapsed into Ron's lap. What's wrong? Can't stand up straight? Koizumi shook her head, smiling wryly through the rain.
I'm fine. You don't need to worry.
Looks like she's got a sprain. In that case, we probably shouldn't move about too much. Let's go hide from the rain under that tree. Then we can call for help. Then we can call for help from our classmates. Ron supported Koizumi to the side of the tree, and had her lean against it to rest while she retrieved the picnic box and umbrella. There's some cloth in the box that we can lay on the ground. Got it. Ron laid the picnic cloth flat on the ground. The leaves and branches above the two of them shielded them from the wind and rain, creating a little shelter for them. It's a shame that the umbrella's broken. Otherwise, we could have mounted it to the branches to help block the rain. Let's sit down and rest a bit, class president.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, I love this art! Look at this!
Man, this is very pretty. I like it a lot. And on the bright side, she didn't bring us here to kill us! Or at least if she's doing a really shitty job of it, because she probably just could have pushed us. Like, worst murderer ever. Also, she just murdered someone last time. Like, it would have been crazy easy up there. Yeah. Pretty ladies. Koizumi sat down on the tablecloth, pressing herself close to Ron. She began trying to clean her long, wet hair by hand. Did you bring your phone?
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Koizumi took her phone out from the pocket of her shirt. But the fall had bent her smartphone into a flip phone. Koizumi started crying again. Come on, it's okay. Don't cry. It's not a big problem. Look, we mentioned that we were going to the tunnel back at lunch. In the worst case scenario, they'll notice that we're not back in time for dinner, and they'll come here to look for us. Miss Sakura's quite clever, you know. I'm sure she won't take long to figure out that we slept off the side of the path in the rain. Koizumi, still crying, nodded her head. Her mood didn't seem like it particularly improved. Okay, let's maybe try something else. Let me get a quick drink of water. Okay. As Ron thought to herself, the thought came to her that the sounds of the rain and the whistling of the wind were actually quite lovely. As she watched the raindrops leave perfect ripples in the puddles and listened to the leaves rustle slowly. Also, by the way, this art here is the cover art for the game soundtrack. I see why. It's a very pretty piece of art. As she watched the raindrops leave perfect ripples in the puddles and listened to the leaves rustle softly in the wind, time seemed to slow down for her. I've been running here and there non-stop, doing this and that. It feels like this is the first time I've encountered something I can't do anything about, or all I can do is wait. Honestly, even though this is technically a disaster, it's kind of relaxing. Ron lowered her head and shoulders and her breathing grew calm. She enjoyed a rare moment of rest. Koizumi, noticing Ron's change of disposition, slowly stopped crying as well and turned to face her. You know, class president, it's a good thing you prepared so thoroughly. Because of it, our situation's not as bad as it could have been. Koizumi raised her head, her puffy red eyes making her look even more vulnerable than usual. We've got a place to hide from the rain, and a tablecloth to sit on. There's tea and biscuits in the lunchbox too, right? It's practically a real picnic.
Thank you, Ibuki-san. I wish I could be as calm as you.
Koizumi was trying her best not to waste Ron's efforts to cheer her up. She did her best to smile and wiped her tears away with her fingers. Well, that's all thanks to Miss Sakata, really. I was a lot worse before I met her. Before that, I'd have probably been crying even harder than you are right now.
Really? I can't imagine that, Ibuki-san.
Koizumi stopped speaking. Ron supposed she must have suddenly remembered the image of Ron, grabbing On from the old shower room and dragging her into running away together. It was probably easy to imagine Ron crying her eyes out with that context. But even though you may have been influenced and changed by Sakata-san, you're still able to make the choices that you yourself want. I'm jealous of that, really. What's that mean? What's that mean? I don't get it. Ever since I was young, everything in my life was already fully decided by my parents. The elementary school and middle school I went to were both places where they had connections. What I used on a daily basis and what I did on a daily basis they dictated basically all of it. I never had a chance to decide anything for myself. Same with this high school, really. I didn't want to come here originally. They still sent me here anyways. Well, ignoring the class president's feelings for a moment, it's very important that she actually has an understanding of what a normal school ought to be like. And more importantly, she remembers just how she wound up in this place. The situation has changed a bit. Again. Well, I've gotten on quite well with everyone, and I've already gotten used to having my choices made for me. I feel like you're making a mountain out of a molehill here. Plenty of people have their choices made by their parents from their childhood to their adulthood. Ronabuki made a concerted effort not to let her own memories of her parents appear in the middle of this conversation. She deliberately pushed them out of her thoughts for the moment. This is the first time their parents have come up. She deliberately pushed them out of her thought. Why? Why? I have Miss Sakata. I only have Miss Sakata. That doesn't seem right. Besides, class rep, you surely got the ability to make decisions on your own as well. You choose when to sleep and what to eat and how much to eat every day, right? Koizumi smiled wryly.
Indeed, since I left my parents and came here, I've become capable of deciding all these things on my own.
The way Koizumi said that sent a chill down her own spine, as if some stray raindrops had finally landed and penetrated through to her back.
Though they told me to become a teacher after I graduated, they told me to become a teacher after I graduated, even though I'd much rather become a reporter.
Well, teaching seems like it'd suit you. I'm a bit surprised you'd want to become a reporter, actually. I feel like you'd be more suited for a sedentary job. Your parents' plans for you honestly aren't awful. Koizumi hugged her knee, shrinking down into a little ball. You're not helping right now.
I've been ruled by all these not awful things my whole life, even though I didn't like them. I could never come up with a good enough reason to refuse them. So I could never refuse them at all.
Why would you need a reason to refuse? Just say you don't want to.
I don't know, but I always feel like I should oblige any request that anybody makes of me. Like becoming the class president, really. Takai-san would be much more suitable, but the class selected me for some reason, so all I can do is try to do my best in the position.
After Koizumi finished speaking, Ron found that she wasn't sure how to respond. She wasn't very good at dealing with personal problems like this. If there was a specific issue to resolve, she might have been able to contribute more. The rain fell harder and harder, showing no signs of abating, and eventually, there was only the cacophonous sound of the downpour between the two of them.
Ibuki-san?
Koizumi broke the silence first.
Even though I recently talked about how I'm always forced to make decisions by others, this time, I chose of my own volition to confess to you, Ibuki-san. To be this close to you right now. I'm very happy about that. Maybe this will help boost my self-confidence.
Well, you definitely come to the wrong person. I definitely can't help you with that. I'm as far from confident as you could get. All of my decisions are rooted in Miss Sakura.
Then, Ibuki-san, can you become the source of my confidence too?
Kozumi's feelings for her had far surpassed Ron's expectations. It left her confused about why exactly Koizumi would be so fixated upon her. No way. That's not something I'm capable of. Koizumi nervously clutched her hands tight.
I'm sorry. I'm acting like my parents. Trying to force you to do something you don't want to do.
What, so the class president clearly knows I'm not interested? Why is she still trying, then? It's okay. These are totally different things anyway. Right now, I'm more worried about when exactly they're going to come to save us. I don't want to miss Yorino's dinner.
Then let's drink some tea while we wait.
Well, now that we're really having a camping experience... Oh, well, now we're really having a camping experience then. Smiling, Koizumi extracted a thermos from the lunchbox and poured Ron and herself a cup of tea. Alright, I think I successfully helped the class rep relax. Time to ask her about Miss Sakura. Right. Class rep. When you saw Miss Sakura the first time, what kind of condition was she in?
Sakura-san, huh?
Koizumi thought as she took the plastic box, holding the biscuits.
I first encountered her in her dorm room. Sakura-san seemed quite normal to me. She was sitting by the window, and after she saw me, she waved hello to me first. But then when I asked her about her name, it turns out she didn't even remember it. She told me that she saw all the other rooms had people in them already, so she decided to wait here. Ibuki-san, you should try this chocolate cookie.
Oh, thanks. What happened after that? Ron drank some tea to go with the chocolate biscuit. Its crisp texture and the way that the bitterness of the tea and the sweetness of the biscuit mixed itself together caused Ron to take another bite despite herself.
Well, there was a registration sheet on the table on the first floor of the dorms, which told us who was assigned to which dorm room. Sakura-san said that she was waiting for me to arrive so she could determine by method of elimination whether her name was Hinata Koizumi or An Sakura.
That's Miss Sakura for you. She's never panicked before in her life, and probably never will.
I think she definitely panicked a bit when you dragged her out of the shower room kicking and screaming.
Class president has a real talent for snarking, huh? And I think she imagines that she's indecisive. Well, once we got to the tunnel, Miss Sakura definitely calmed back down. And then she led me right back to the school with just a few words. Honestly, the other students and I are all very curious about what you two have been through together. The passion that you express for Sakura-san seems to be quite different from that of ordinary love. That's because it is different from ordinary love. Just saying I love you doesn't begin to express the way I feel about Miss Sakura in my heart. Kozumi poured Ron another cup of tea. If it's possible, could you tell me a little bit about the two of you? Well, strange. I'd never be willing to talk about Miss Sakura in front of most people, but when I face the class rep, it doesn't feel like such a big deal anymore. Sure. Give me a second to think about what to say. I will say, this event has endeared me a lot to Ron's character. Like, she's definitely not necessarily the most healthy person, but she does definitely still care about the people around her. She's trying to make an effort. She's not particularly good at it. And I can respect that a lot. And Koizumi as well. I'm really enjoying this. This is just a really nice scene. I'm very much enjoying voice acting to it. I know it's just been very kind of melancholy, so I hope my voice acting has been doing it kind of justice. It's a very quiet scene, I am imagining, so I hope I'm not, like... I hope I'm conveying the emotions well, because I feel like my voice has kind of been weird all day, so... I wouldn't blame you for thinking that I was kind of fucking up the whole gig here. Even so, Koizumi still listened attentively and occasionally let out a laugh. Oh wait, I forgot to read the last line. Ron described a few uneventful snippets of her regular life with on to Koizumi. Even so, Koizumi listened attentively and occasionally let out a laugh. Ron didn't care whether the romantic stories she was telling Koizumi would hurt her unreciprocated feelings either. Just being able to go over her happy memories with Aunt Sakura again was a great comfort to Ron as well. Time passed quietly, and the two of them didn't even notice when the rain had stopped, only coming back to their senses when they heard some voices calling out from afar. And then Miss Sakura... Wait, hang on. Do you hear that?
Oh, yes!
Koizumi nodded vigorously.
I hear it! I think it's Yorino-san.
Took him long enough, let's go. Can't believe I actually enjoyed the conversation, class rat.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Ibuki-san. I'm happy too.
Koizumi stood up. The clear light of the sun after the storm should have shone upon her, and Ron saw her smile as if she'd put all of her burdens down.
Ibuki-san, once I graduate, I'll definitely tell my parents. I'll tell them that I don't want to be a teacher. This time, I'll be sure to tell them properly, because I've got Ibuki.
Why the fuck? What's going, why did the music cut out? What the fuck? Koizumi's words pierced through Ron's brain. A pain unlike any she'd ever suffered before took over her whole consciousness. Ron knelt on the floor and fought to catch her breath. The sound of her breathing was so loud her ears rang. Koizumi, Hinata. Ranabuki opened her mouth as though that would allow the pain inside her skull to stream out.
Ibuki-san!
Koizumi seemed terrified as well. She knelt down beside Ron without any idea what to do.
Ibuki-san!
Koizumi, everything before Ron began to twist and distort before finally fading into infinite darkness. What? What the fuck? Okay. Oh god, I just read ahead a bit! What the fuck? As distant as Ranabuki was from other people, even she knew full well that the math teacher, Hinata Koizumi, was the kind of person who was accustomed to giving way to the desires of others. Someone whose first response was always appeasement. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Other teachers frequently foisted off the work they didn't want to do themselves onto Koizumi, like she was a garbage can without a lid, into which you could shove any kind of trash. One day, Ron found Koizumi crying by herself in a rarely visited corner of the school. She asked the teacher, even after growing up, is finding a hidden place to cry all anyone can do? Koizumi Hinata was pained by these words. She knew the situation that Ranabuki had been in at school. She never paid any particular attention to it. After all, no one had requested that she do so. And so she started trying to help Ranabuki. This was the first time in a life that had been completely decided by her parents that she'd made what felt to her like a meaningful decision. After that, the two of them often met in the corner of the school to chat about anything and everything. Ron had also noticed that this teacher seemed to care greatly about her. Even on its own, such a thing was a great aid to Ron. Later, Ron met An Sakura and became more outgoing. Koizumi was happy to see such a change in Ron as well. Koizumi gained great encouragement from witnessing Ron's transformation. She told Ron that she was going to make a change, that she would open her mouth for the first time to reject her parents' demands of her.
Ibuki-san, I'm definitely going to tell my parents that I don't want to be a teacher, and that I don't want to get married either.
But starting the day after Koizumi expressed her determination, she never came back to school ever again. It didn't take long for the students to be informed that Koizumi had left her position due to getting married. For a while, the rumor mill went wild with this. Some people whispered that she'd gotten pregnant out of wedlock and been fired for it. Others suggested that she was a sexually promiscuous person. The students and teachers alike began to scrutinize Koizumi's previous actions in detail to find each and every fault in them. Even small issues that hadn't been worth discussing before had become evidence in support of Hinata Koizumi's massive, obvious moral inquity. Inquiet? I don't know that word. Either way, you get the meaning. Ranabuki was surrounded in these disgusting rumors, these statements. Targeted at Koizumi, pained her own heart as well. She imagined the things that Koizumi must have experienced after defying her parents for the first time. Ron wanted to fight against the rumors for Koizumi's sake, to eliminate the false rumors that plagued the school, but she couldn't open her mouth. Ron hid herself in the secluded place where she'd meet with Koizumi every day, crying, dry heaving. Ron knew that she, like Koizumi Hinata, had the exact same lack of ability to make independent decisions. If she foolishly decided to try and make a difference, she would only invite destruction down upon herself. Which was why An Sakura had to be by her side if she was ever to decide or change anything. Okay, that has a lot of implications. What the fuck? What the fuck? God, that is my favorite part about streaming these games. Just the moments where I stare in just shock. As the world of the game just twists around you. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? So is this her from like a different point? Dude, what? What is going on? She'd remembered everything about Koizumi now.
Ibuki-san?
Koizumi tried to help Ron stand up, but Ron's body seemed to have sunken into the ground. She couldn't move Ron at all. It's fine, Koizumi say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ibuki-san? What are you saying? I can't hear you clearly.
Ron trembled as she looked up at the high school version of Koizumi. So in the end, Koizumi-sensei was still unable to refuse her parents to manage a teacher after graduating from high school. Just like how she was forced to get married after coming of age anyways. I'm fine, Koizumi.
Okay.
Koizumi still seemed quite confused. She must have been wondering why, after kneeling on the ground for a few minutes, Ron had suddenly changed the way she addressed her. Ron got up, and Koizumi followed her. Koizumi-sensei has appeared as her high schooler self in this place, and my brain was wiped clean of all memories about her without any incongruity detected.
Ibuki! How'd you fall all the way down there?
His memories engraved so deeply, I'm certain that it actually happened. As I waved at them from the top of the hill. I haven't lost my memories. Rather, someone must have stolen them from me. Ron looked at Sai and didn't answer her. Then, is the same for the other students as well? Do I have to reclaim my memories for each of them too, one by one? If so, then where are Miss Sakata's memories hidden? Ron took a deep breath. She felt like she was approaching the true nature of this school, but it was far from enough. And on that note, I think we'll call it for today. 'Cause, oh boy, that changes things a lot. If you guys have any theories, like if any of you are like theorizing in chat as well, I would love to hear it, because that is honestly one of my favorite parts about doing these like mystery streams, is trying to like piece the story together with everyone. It's my favorite part. I love doing it. But I will go back to the title screen just because. Or I'll open the. Ooh, that's awkward. Also, damn, her stats are insane. What the fuck? I don't even have any ideas of what the rest of the people could be. I'm so curious, actually. God, this is cool. I got like the dumbest smile on my face right now. That is how you get me like hyped. Oh. Do all of the characters have direct relations to Ron? If so, what does that mean? I mean, I know it's imprisoning her, so I would think so. But how? Why? I don't know. The world's really fucking cool. Anyways, I think without any further ado, let's go find someone to raid, and I will go lay down in bed. Oh wait, no, I gotta check out something first. Something very important that I've neglected this stream. Waboom! The Eggy! Whoa! I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that like a heart? Kinda looks like a fucked up heart. Or a country. Or... that one, like, ghost tree Pokemon? The state of Massachusetts. Yeah, you're right, that's the state of Massachusetts. And then, I love this little fucking guy. The sillies. Thank you, Natsu! Also, I hope you've been enjoying the stream, even if you've been lurking. I appreciate you popping by a lot. Bop bop. Boop. Good enough. That's a fine heart. Love of a little. Fuck. Look, I'm doing this with a mouse, okay? I know I have a drawing tablet, but currently turned off, and I don't want to turn it on. Fuck it, good enough! We'll settle for that! Alright, let's go look for someone to raid. Wonder who's live right now. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. But yeah, thank you all so much for sharing this with me. I will see you all tomorrow for the Halloween special, Silent Hill 3. I was considering doing something else, but I don't actually... I'm really running low on ideas, man. Just kidding, I have like 500 games, but I kinda flipped a coin. And by that I mean I flipped a lot of coins. Like, it was like a... Anyways, I think we'll go raid Ren. They're currently playing Mouthwashing. I've heard good things about the game. I unfortunately won't be able to stick around in chat there, but because I do want to stream the game for myself. I've heard very good things. So, I will see you all then. Thank you all so much for popping by. And I appreciate you all of your company. Thank you for being here with me.